from Florida.com.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is the land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354, $7 down, $3.99 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. They have the perfect outdoor cooker for Dad this Father's Day. Whether it's a grill, a griddle, or even a pizza oven, Tools Ace is your place for the best brands. They have the largest selection of Big Green Egg grills and accessories in all of Central Florida, with all sizes in stock ready to go. Plus, they have the classic Weber gas and charcoal grills, as well as premium gas grills from Napoleon. Plus, Traeger pellet grills for that wood-fired flavor, as well as the new Traeger Flat Rock griddle. And of course, Tools has all the marinades and rubs you need to make your food delicious every single time. And how about this? Pizza ovens from Uni, Halo, and Gosney. As always, get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or outdoor cooker, $3.99 and up. Tools Ace Hardware has 12 convenient locations here in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. The best gifts for Dad this Father's Day are at Tools Ace, the grilling place.
Want to improve your marksmanship while saving ammo and saving money? Get better faster with the Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
It's time to shoot tighter groups.
The Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
Score 97, bang on the money.
The Mantis X is a smart sensor that fits any weapon with a rail or adapter, pairing to your smartphone or tablet. Analyzes your shooting and tells you how to improve.
Mantis.
94% of shooters improve after just 20 minutes.
X.
Go to mantisx.com.
MantisX.com.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Ashley Gavin on June 23rd and 24th.
And then what does it say? It says, sorry, try again later.
Tickets and showtimes at theimprovorlando.com. Come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers and waitstaff, food runners and dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Call 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Unlimited coverage. Get it now with a new lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, June 22nd, 2023. Lots to get to today, from the Titanic TikTok to the 4-story houses on Hobo Island. And are you gonna eat the live-grown chicken? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Howdy.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. You can also watch us live on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Lit.
We're almost to the end of the week. We are looking at the weekend, friends. So get ready for that.
Oh, hey there, Weekend.
In the meantime, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening to this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to our friend, Frankie McDonald.
Frankie!
Let's see what Frankie's doing in Canada. Here he is. Let's listen in.
Hey, everyone. It's Frank McDonald. I wasn't near any submarines at all. I'd like to address all the false rumors. Well,
I'm sorry, what?
He just wants you to know he didn't sink the submarine.
People were blaming him.
Yeah. People were blaming him, just like the last thing. He had nothing to do with this submarine incident, and he was not responsible.
Hey, everyone. It's Frank McDonald. I wasn't near any submarines at all. I'd like to address all the false rumors. Well, I have never been near any submarines at all. I wasn't near any submarines at all. I repeat, I'm Frank McDonald. I wasn't near
I
any
repeat,
submarines
I'm
at
Frank
all.
McDonald.
I have never seen the submarines in my own eyes at all.
All
Hey,
right.
Frank McDonald.
I believe him. I believe the guy.
I like he ends it with a Frankie McDonald and a nice smile. Nice big smile. And the comments on this are, could have sworn you were driving the sub, Frankie. Just admit it, Frankie. We all know the truth.
Why are they doing this
Frankie,
to poor
I know you were
Frankie?
dancing and eating bananas in that sub.
What was the last thing they blamed on him? And he said, it wasn't
The fires.
The fires, yeah. The Canadian fires. And he said that wasn't him either. And
Poor
now
Frankie.
everybody's blaming Frankie for the Titanic sub being missing. It had nothing to do with him. Leave him alone, for God's sake.
We need to call him again.
We do. We need
Do you
to
think he
connect
has
with him.
any idea who we are? It's
I don't
been
know.
years.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but he always responds when I message him, so I'll message him again. We'll get a hold of him, especially if a storm heads our way, because that's his real forte. That's his wheelhouse right there.
Well, that and fighting invisible bears and raccoons.
Yeah, he's very, very good at that, too. We have an expert joining us later to talk about the Titanic sub thing and, like, what's going on at this
This
point.
guy's phone's been ringing off the hook.
Yes, yeah. This guy's, like, been in a whole bunch of articles about it and stuff, and he's going to join us a little bit later on in a couple hours on the show, so that should be interesting, too. Meanwhile...
Do you think it was harder to get before or after?
He probably had zero
the
interviews prior to that.
No, I'm saying
nothing in his inbox.
I'm saying, well, you think it was harder to get to him yesterday while before the
TikTok
deadline?
Yeah. I don't know.
Ooh, deadline's a terrible word for this.
He's the one who said, he's like, yeah, I'm available if you want to talk. And I said, let's do this. We'll talk to him and see what he's got to say to us and get some more advice on, what's next with this whole search and rescue effort. Celine, you've been to Red Rocks Amphitheater, correct?
I have not.
You have
No.
not?
I have.
Yeah, it's a
You
bucket
have
list
been.
thing.
Okay, Sabrina has been
Yeah, good times.
to Red Rocks. Who did you see at Red Rocks?
I saw, and it was just because of the timing that we were in Colorado. They came and performed on our show, the Jukebox.
Oh, yeah. Postmodern Jukebox.
Yes, I saw them.
They were huge off of YouTube for quite some time. And this is a legendary venue for performances.
It's super cool.
It's a really interesting looking place, and a lot of people like to film their performances there, record them, or whatever. I think it's a kind of like a natural amphitheater setting and stuff, and it's a big deal in the music world. And there was a huge concert there last night with One Direction's Louis Tomlinson.
Okay.
And
All right.
they packed the place out with all these One Direction fans, and like 100 people got hurt at this show because it started hailing. And
wow.
There was hail the size of golf balls dropping on this crowd.
Is that not something that you would see in the forecast?
I would think so. And that they would say, hey, let's, cancel the show or something. But not only did they not, but some people were videotaping what was going on. It was so bad. I mean, this was like really, really a severe storm with tons of hail dropping out of the sky. Check this out. There's people screaming because the hail is dropping.
Okay.
You can see it on the ground.
It's a little bit for the video.
I mean, you can just see like these big rocks of hail dropping on the ground as these people try to get away at Red Rocks Amphitheater. And they're trying to hide under everything.
Good God.
Look at that. It's just everywhere. Smashing windshields and stuff.
Wouldn't happen at a Harry Styles concert.
No, only Louis Tomlinson. This particular fan who's filming herself,
wow.
She's got bruises on her knuckles from where the hail actually hit her. And then I think she shows like the
she
windshield.
punched a bitch.
Yeah, she definitely
While
did.
fighting to get out. And look, there's just piles of hail. everywhere. Just an absolute chaotic situation.
I'm trying to think of, I mean, Red Rocks, as you can see from some of the pictures, is all open air as far as an amphitheater. I think the only covered portion is the stage.
Yeah, so you don't have anywhere to go to hide.
There's not a lot of places to go if there's a severe weather situation, especially like this one. And if I remember correctly, because it's kind of similar to the Gorge holds more people, I think. But I don't think shelter is anywhere easily obtained.
No, and if they seat 9,000 people there.
Yeah, so Red Rocks is super popular because, there's a bunch of bands that have released live albums from there. But then if you get...
The sound is incredible. Like, you
That's
could
what
be
I've
all
heard.
the way in the back, and then you could hear everything just perfectly because of how it bounces off the
That's
rocks.
what they're famous for sure.
Yeah, they're famous for the view, and if you do a good job at sound, you can make it sound really good there. But as soon as you get to a certain level of fame, that place is too small for you.
Yeah, because 9,000 isn't
That's
as
not a
big
lot
as
of
like
people at all.
An amphitheater is usually a lot larger than that. But 9,000 people trying to get out of an amphitheater when all this golf ball size hail is dropping down on them.
Chaotic.
That's not
It's
good.
like a Home Alone where the floor is full of marbles.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what
They an estimated 80 to 90 people were treated for injuries at the venue. 7 people were hospitalized. Injuries included cuts and broken bones, and it was just an absolute frantic situation. The show was delayed twice, and the fans were still sitting there. They're like, nope, we're going to delay it. We're going to delay it. They're waiting, and finally they postpone it at 10:30 p.m., and almost immediately afterwards, right when they postpone it, here comes the hail coming down. There was 3 to 5 minutes after the announcement that it was postponed until it started hailing golf ball-sized hail. And so that's why those people were injured. What a mess that turned out to be. We're still keeping our eye on the situation with the missing Titanic sub. Time is essentially out. We will learn more with an expert a little bit later because we've neared this 96-hour mark, even though some people are saying that if they're like calm in there and they're controlling their breathing, that it could last a lot longer than that.
Thank God I'm not on there
Oh.
because I would be in full panic.
And I would be taking up all of the oxygen. I would be getting all the carbon dioxide out of my lungs and ruin it for everybody else.
My TikTok is inundated.
Yeah, everybody.
with
Everybody's
the
watching this.
What's the official name of this? Like, because people keep saying Titanic. Obviously, it's not. But
Titan is the name of the ship, right? I
Yeah.
believe the name of the ship
submersible is called the Titan.
The Titan, and that was supposed to go over the wreckage of the Titanic. And this thing is about 435 miles south of Newfoundland.
I didn't realize until this morning and watching the news that they lost contact with them 2 hours into this expedition.
Yep. Yeah.
Just 2 hours later. I thought maybe like
hour and 45 minutes.
That's wild.
So nobody's heard from these people in quite a long time now. There's been no communication.
Stresses me out.
No nothing. They seem to be like only half sure that they're hearing any kind of knocking noises. There's a lot going on with that, and of course we'll get to that as more things develop here today on the show. One thing I did see was this is so dark. Some of the reporting on this is so dark, like we were talking about yesterday. And
as the oxygen
depletes.
depletes.
Yeah, on Daily Mail, they had trapped in a submarine, the hellish health effects. And they talk about hypothermia and gradual suffocation and what's going to happen to them.
And the rest of the world is like picking up their bucket of popcorn and
Watching.
just eating this up, which is just so
It's dark.
telling of where we're at in society.
It says they'll start shivering and suffer impaired judgment. Then they'll lose the ability to use their hands and eventually pass out. The average ocean temperature is about 41 degrees, so they'll get very cold very quickly. So they're already in that position. And they say passengers will struggle to breathe, develop headaches, and slowly become unconscious. They may suffer increased heart rates, and they may even suffer panic attacks stuck inside. And all of this runs out today as this CO2 scrubber on board is going to go kaput, and then we don't know what's going to happen. So
I've heard a couple different timelines from different news sources. Most of them say that oxygen is already gone.
I know, but there's other people saying, "Oh, it'll last so much longer." Nobody seems to know. And
I don't think.
I think they're all dead. I mean, honestly, I think that's the situation that we're facing here.
I'm gonna just like my little hope is going to ride on conspiracy theory that they just want to disappear and get away from whatever crime they've committed, and have not been discovered to do.
There are conspiracy theories about this everywhere, too. I don't know if you're seeing that on TikTok.
I'm seeing that, and then I saw this wild, shark thing that came up. I'll have to send you the TikTok during the break.
They think a shark ate him or something?
So there's this one guy who his
I know what
whole
you're talking
thing is
about.
he follows the sharks that are
Yep.
tagged and that they have patterns and that there's 2 sharks exactly over the area where the Titanic is, and that this company that has them tagged in the radar, they often will delete these pinpoints, thinking that it's
an anomaly or something.
And they're like, listen, dude, I kind of think I found it, and I think you should bring it back, and that's where you should look, because these sharks, out of the 20, 50 that they are following, are by themselves over this
Right
Titanic
in the same spot,
wreckage.
which is kind of a coincidence. But yeah, lots of conspiracies out there. Meek Mill, the rapper, questioning the media coverage of the Titanic.
Okay,
he says,
Meek Mill.
I just can't make sense of this. Meek Mill says, I can't see a wealthy man doing this with no extreme backup plans. With your son. Not saying it's fake, but the way y'all run the same clips in the media, not even working on the average minds anymore. All types of stuff going on in the world. Y'all headlining with no real info, he says. So he's not sure that all of this
There's
is
plenty
true.
of real info, Meek.
There's a lot. There's too much info. You know how much we know about the billionaire's son right now? We know way too much about this guy. We'll learn more today, unfortunately.
Very cringe-filled recovering alcoholic.
Oh, God, that guy keeps delivering on the content. And speaking of that, we got a follow-up from our friend Angry Allen. He has emailed once more. Allen has followed up.
Is the email strictly content-related, or is it related to us reading his emails?
Well, you're going to find out.
Oh, that tease.
And it's coming up next.
I don't have time for that.
On the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
There's got to be a play for 70-year-old lonely women too, right?
Oh, go to the villages and find out. Go be the pool boy. Go put a Speedo on and go take the leaves out of her pool.
Hey, we can start a new thing called Lonely Fans. Nailed it.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Lane still closed. Orange Blossom Trail northbound north of Colonial Drive in Orlando. This is around New Hampshire Street. This is all due to a hazmat scene earlier this morning. If you haven't already, try Edgewater Court north to Princeton Street and then take that over to Orange Blossom Trail to get around that mess. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Petco Love Mega Adopt Florida.
Petco Love Florida Mega Pet Adoption Event is June 23rd through 25th. Join shelters and rescues across Florida to adopt 5,000 pets from one of the participating shelters or events across Florida. Get info at megaadoptflorida.com.
Well, summer is upon us, and that means your AC is working a whole lot harder than it used to be. And with the weather going back and forth with these storms making it a little cooler, and then all of a sudden the next day it's 90-something degrees, your AC is in overdrive. If something goes wrong, don't worry. You got Mills Air to protect you. They have been in business since 1992. So for over 30 years, Leon Mills and the awesome team over at Mills Air has been helping people out just like you every single day. And they make it look easy. They know exactly what they're doing. Their techs are the kind of people that you don't mind having in your house, and they can explain what's wrong to you in a way that makes sense. Their techs can service any brand out there. It doesn't matter if you don't have a Carrier unit, but they are a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means they can get you big rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You see, you can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Their phone number is 407-277-1159, or you could find them online at millsair.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Don't let earache from swimmer's ear, clogged ears, or allergies ruin your day. Get fast, effective relief from the pain and itching with Hyland's Earache Drops, the #1 best-selling earache treatment for over 10 years. See why it's received thousands of 5-star reviews and was awarded Best Over-the-Counter Medicine and Health Product in Earache Relief by U.S. News and World Report. Find Hyland's Earache Drops in the eye and ear aisle at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Claims based on traditional homeopathic practice, not accepted medical evidence, not FDA evaluated.
I can't wait for what's next, even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Every dog has its day, and now it has its own exhibit, too. Orlando Science Center explores the science behind where dogs came from, how they experience the world, and what makes our bond with them so special. In Dogs, A Science Tale, hands-on exhibits will let you see, hear, and smell the world just like dogs do. You'll have a ball sniffing out hidden smells, testing your speed against different breeds, and examining dogs and their role in history and culture. Step into the role of archaeologist and dig deep into the story of our forever friends. Get tickets at osc.org.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Want to improve your marksmanship while saving ammo and saving money? Get better faster with the Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
It's time to shoot tighter groups.
The Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
Score 97, bang on the money.
The Mantis X is a smart sensor that fits any weapon with a rail or adapter, pairing to your smartphone or tablet. Analyzes your shooting and tells you how to improve.
Mantis.
94% of shooters improve after just 20 minutes. Go to MantisX.com.
MantisX.com.
Your spark is all you need. And let's be real, you don't have time for smoke and mirrors anyway. So ditch all the pretentiousness and the lighter it rode in on with Blue. Blue e-cigs are available in a variety of satisfying flavors and nicotine strengths. Even better, it's odorless. When you're living unlit, you're comfortable being your true you. And no one will mistake ashtray for your signature scent. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Font Molding 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
Rover's Morning Glory.
It's The Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the Morning.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival.
All of the best free curated playlists.
It's everything that rocks.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000. Awesome.
All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
Best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Hi, Doug.
In just a moment. But first, tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and Angry Alan has a follow-up for us.
Alan,
I know you
it's been
guys
so
were
long.
you were excited to hear from Angry Alan again.
How many follow-ups? Because yesterday
it was like 6.
It was like a couple.
Just one at 3:20 a.m. He sent this.
Does Alan
very early.
sleep?
He's a late-night worker, I guess.
Might be a third shifter.
Angry Alan says, and I like this, he says, Angry Alan here.
All right, well.
He's embraced his nickname. Angry Alan here. I'm not actually angry. I was expecting a higher level of accuracy from a show that calls itself news.
Shots fired,
That's
man.
the whole, you call yourself the news junkie?
Thought you were the news junkie.
I mean, junkie also part of that title.
Yeah, and from time to time we get things wrong. I don't think we got things wrong he complained about, though. You think he was off on those. I'm not your target demographic, he says, and I'm trying to relate to your generation. How old are you, Angry Alan? We're targeting everybody, just for the record. Everybody out there is a target.
The children.
You know, the kids, all the way up to the meemaws and the peepaws.
It was years ago, but we had gotten ratings, and we saw that we were last place for children 0 to 12.
Right, yeah.
And we had pushed for like 2 weeks to try to get those numbers up, and sure enough, we did.
Yeah, we had the parents like chip in and get their kids to listen.
and we were there.
And we did it.
And we did it.
We want to win all the demographics, and that's what we do around here. We win, win, win. But he says, I'm trying to relate to your generation. I'm a driver, and I listen to your entire podcast, learning to enjoy your way of doing things. Thanks, Angry Alan. By the way, Angry Alan, learning to enjoy your way of doing things is like, I hope this message finds you well. It's one of those, like, passive aggressive.
I use that all the time. Wait, that's not passive aggressive.
Oh, yeah, you don't know that? There's a shirt, which is, I wanted to get it, but it was like on a crappy quality shirt, and it's a skeleton in a room that's on fire in front of a computer, and it says, I hope this email finds you well. And there's like a whole list online of all of the things that you can say when you're really, like, you're trying to say F you to somebody, but you're saying it in office speak. Mm-hmm. Like, as I previously stated.
Right, that makes sense. But now I feel weird. Do you think everyone I've said that to thinks that I was being aggressive?
I don't think it's aggressive, but people take it as aggressive.
Per
for some
my
reason.
last email.
Yes, that's another one. There's a whole list of those. I don't even know what you would call those. Passive aggressive, whatever. And a lot of people use those. And Angry Alan says, learning to enjoy your way of doing things. Well, good to have you on board, Angry Alan.
How old are you? Follow up.
Yeah, we want to know more about how old you are, why you're up so late at night. Are you doing the truck driving that late at night?
Probably.
And what are you hauling? You give us another update on this.
I gotta say, I have so much respect for the truckers. After this
My
weekend
God.
and driving the rig through those mountains, I'm like, how are you pulling thousands upon thousands of pounds
for
going
insane
70 miles an hour?
Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. It's a real skill. We salute the drivers out there.
Yeah. Sorry that Elon Musk is trying to replace you.
That's true. Yeah, they're trying to automate you out of existence, but we'll fight for you. Meanwhile, I said people are big mad at Marvel Comics, and Indiana Jones. The reason that they're big mad at Indiana Jones, I think, is sillier, and I think it's a little creative, but I guess it could be annoying. They are now advertising in New York City.
That was too early. I'm sorry.
They're advertising in New York City for the new Indiana Jones movie, and one of the advertisements is on the whole subway system. So, Celine, you just went to New York.
Yes.
And did you take the subway while you were there?
No. That's dangerous.
It's crazy down there.
Nothing but subway rides.
Yeah. You didn't die?
Didn't die.
They returned alive somehow. But you see this, if you're watching, you can see the sign here. This is what it looks like at a traditional subway. You got the little sign that tells you what's coming and how long it's going to take, and 3 minutes till the Brooklyn Bridge train arrives, et cetera, et cetera. So here's where the Indiana Jones advertisement comes in that's pissing off everybody in New York. And apparently it's running like every couple minutes or something. Here's what happens. All right, regular, normal.
In 10 days, a legend will face his destiny.
No, dude. No.
Stupid.
The sign starts screaming out a promo for Indiana Jones, and it
How
puts
much
the
did that
writing
cost?
on the bottom. That must be expensive.
Is it, though?
Through
Because
Manhattan Transit?
it just seems so, I don't know, it seems cheap to me. Like, have we ever heard of advertisements like that before?
I haven't.
I've never seen anything that like takes over a line of the upcoming trains and has music to pair with it.
Yeah.
But that does sound
It sounds like movie phone guy.
And it's screaming loud, too. Like, it was really loud.
In 10 days, a legend will face his destiny. Lucasfilm's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters June 30th.
I'm sorry, what?
What the
One
hell?
day in theaters?
I think that's when it starts, but what the hell? I wouldn't want that playing every couple of minutes as I'm sitting there waiting for this. Good
I think
God.
that they would have fared better taking those graphics of what's coming next and then like doing a 8-bit of that big
Yeah.
rock going over Indiana
Oh,
Jones.
that'd have been way more fun on this LED screen. See, like, how many people use Manhattan Transit every day? Can you Google that real quick?
Probably a couple million.
I would think it would be, right? I would think it would be at least 1 million plus because there's so many people in New York City, and that's a primary method of transportation there.
Approximately.
2.4 million.
So that's expensive, I would guess.
And the bus system is 1.2 million.
If you got this, I mean, I wonder if it's on the buses too. If you're just sitting on the bus and it's like dun 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 dun, this thing.
We've seen very creative in the last 10 years marketing, and this the most uncreative, I think.
It's just annoying.
Just do the old school method and put the ads. I mean, this had to be very expensive because you're taking space away from upcoming trains, which that's the part that would annoy me. And then you there's a whole bunch of ads already built in to the subway system. The train cars are littered with ads, and right now most of the ads are for paying for the subway.
Sure.
For the Omni system, they're trying to convert everybody to just dropping the MTA cards and just using your cell phone all the time.
And they're trying to get rid of the people who jump the turnstile and
The
gosh.
poopers.
Yeah,
Lot
the
of
subway
poop there.
poopers. They don't want them.
I don't know what it is about big crowds making jumping the turnstile suddenly more acceptable. But the one place we got off and we realized, I was like, there's a lot of slutty looking women.
Oh, wow, C-Lane. Jesus, man. Didn't even dance around that. What do you mean slutty?
This place is full of sluts.
It's a lot of sluttily dressed women.
Where was this?
Scantily clad. They're all going to Governor's Ball, so they all look like they were going to Electric Daisy Carnival.
Right. That makes sense. So every time EDC comes through Orlando, you're like, look at these whores.
Well, you didn't say whores.
I didn't say whores.
You said sluttily dressed, I think was his exact word.
God, you're becoming a dad so quickly.
Although, I will tell you.
But anyway, all of them were jumping turnstiles.
They just all jumped over
like
today?
a bunch
Did
of
you see their
them,
hoo-has?
especially the dudes. No. Come at me.
I think that's what you're doing right now.
I am, but we're having fun.
If you were really late for your train and you're running at the last minute, and like as you were about to get into the door, the dun, 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 that might be a little fun. If that played.
In 10 days, a legend.
That's the only good thing that could come
Then
of
you
this.
miss your train, and the next one doesn't come for 45 minutes, and you have to hear it 12 times.
Over and over again.
I only think that's cool if I am the voice guy that did that ad. And I'm like, look, guys, it's playing in the subway. They're playing me on the train station.
I don't know if that's going to work or not, but let us know if you would find that to be annoying if you were there. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Why are they mad at Marvel? I haven't seen this yet, but maybe I could bring this up here. There is a movie or a series rather, that debuted on Wednesday. The first episode is out, and it's called Marvel's Secret Invasion. And people are I think they're almost over Marvel for the moment. And they're looking for things to be pissed off at. Some of the latest live-action superhero movies, like The Flash and some others, haven't done as well as they've expected. And it seems like people are maybe a little burnt out on that. But maybe the creators are burnt out
finally,
too.
I mean, they've been oversaturating the amount of superhero movies
Oh, it's been
for
everything.
a handful of years now.
Yeah, this is something that people, I guess, do not like. But they say that Secret Invasion, the intro of the show, the Marvel show, is done with AI.
What?
And they said it's like terrible. It just does not look good at all. Let's see. Let's watch it together here. Here's the trailer for this that people are mad about. It's causing a commotion out there. And let's see. So far, it looks normal. I don't see anything very weird about it. I mean, it's kind of ugly.
Okay. So people are mad because they used an AI and didn't pay artists that could do it.
It says Marvel's Secret Invasion is already causing a commotion on social media, though not for reasons the studio may have hoped. It's touched a sore spot after director Ali Salim confirmed that the opening credits were generated by artificial intelligence. Designed by Method Studios.
Oh, just the opening credits.
Yeah, the opening credits of the show were done by AI. When we reached out to the AI vendors, that was part of it, came right out of the They said we talked to them about ideas, and we eliminated the need for graphic designers and animators to craft the opening credits.
And saved a bunch of money.
So maybe that's one thing people are mad at. It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that good. Like the faces are weird and morphed and stuff. But it kind of works, I guess, right?
It does, but I do feel for the graphic artists that are relying on jobs like that.
Yeah, this would have been expensive to do.
It seems like the right amount of creepy.
You know what I hate?
What?
It's a 2-minute intro. Every episode.
Wait, this is a series?
Yeah. Every episode of this intro or this show has 2 minutes as an intro in front of it. Oh, God, that's way too much. I wouldn't want that at all. But people are mad, and they're mad about superhero movies.
How long was Orange is the New Black intro? I remember that remember being one of the early on longest intros because it's like, look, we're on streaming. We have all the time in the world.
Well, it's just like the Indiana Jones thing. The first time you hear it, you're like, whoa. And then the fifth time, you're like, oh, okay. I'm done with this.
So about 1 minute and 15 seconds for Orange is the New Black.
Mm-hmm. So this is a lot longer than that then.
Yeah.
2 minutes is way too long.
Give me the feature that I don't have to click skip intro every time.
Yeah.
Just like I want to pull the tab that says skip every intro. I'm going to be watching this show for the next 8 hours.
Or just make the intro like a couple of seconds.
Well, there are some streaming services, and I don't know which one's which because I always forget which one I'm watching because I'm more focused on the content. There are some services that if you're going from episode to episode, it will skip the recap and maybe the intro, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it depends on what platform you're on.
But they could easily just like code something in that includes the intro for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I look, I don't mind sitting there, but for 2 minutes, like if I'm binging it, that's a waste of time. Just get to it.
Unless you need a potty break.
You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch, and to do that, you go to thenewsjunkie.com. You can hit record on your first dispatch right now. Let's go over to 2 tickets to Pound Town chiming in.
What up, News Junkies?
Hey.
Of all the things that people could be mad about with a new Indiana Jones movie, I get it's annoying, but
yeah,
isn't it kind of more annoying that they've made another Indiana Jones movie? I mean, the last one wasn't really all that great.
People did not like
Harrison
that.
Ford ain't no spring chicken. They make a 6th one. What it's going to be? Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Golden Catheter. It's bad. Anyway, that's all I got. Deuces.
Well, as long as there's enough slutty women in it, C-Lane will tune
where
in.
the hoes at?
He'll be watching that front row center, that very middle seat in the theater, just to get the most sluttiness that you possibly can.
You know what? Screw you guys.
All right, fine.
Both of you.
Wait, hold on. I just agreed to that. That was, no.
Well,
let me back out.
Make sure to put on something slutty, Sean.
I'm going to back out of this. We're going to wait
Back
for
into?
you. Your dispatches are piling
Should let
up
me know
right
so I can
now.
put some lipstick on.
Hey.
Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, we'll get the latest updates on this missing Titanic submersible. Also, I told you we got an expert who's joining us in a couple hours to tell us what he thinks is happening right this moment and what happens next and what it's like in that submersible. All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
We may have lost our blue check, but we're still here doing
whatever it is you do on Twitter.
At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. Well, hey, everyone. Good Thursday to you. Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. I want to update you. Central Florida weather for you on this Thursday. Looks like a hot, steamy, tropical day out there. Low 90s for highs. We'll see increasing clouds, and it looks like the rain chances set up mainly after about 1 or 2 o'clock today. Don't rule out anything before that, but forecast modeling indicating after 2 we'll have a run of showers and storms again. Coverage at 70%. For tonight, lows down to the low 70s. Showers and storms up to around midnight with chances at 50%. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
BetOnline.net is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds and lines, and the latest matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Did you know that Mortgage Guy Don does a live radio show every Saturday? That's right, each week on Saturday mornings right here on Real Radio 104.1. Don and his crew answer your questions live on the air on the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're busy on Saturday mornings, don't you worry. You got a shot to listen to all of the episodes right there on that mortgageguydon.com, or, of course, wherever you download podcasts. You just search the Home Loans Radio Show with that Mortgage Guy Don. Now, Don and his crew, they're pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. They're explaining the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know how it works. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like an actual person and not like a number like the other mortgage companies would. Now, Don, he's a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. Chances are very good that you're leaving money on the table, so let that mortgage guy, Don, get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida, someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist-prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast. I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here. Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket.
To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Not a lot of things last an entire lifetime, but at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, your lifetime vehicle warranty does. Get our exclusive nationwide lifetime warranty with unlimited miles and unlimited time at no additional cost. Only at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, OrlandoNissan.com.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the low on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Now open in Daytona.
Simply Safe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from Simply Safe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now install Simply Safe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
The Portable Uni by ePass. Now available in black. A toll pass that blends into your windshield. Finally. And Uni works on toll roads in 19 states. The Portable Uni by ePass. Get yours today on Amazon or go with uni.com.
1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. For black men, that stat is 1 in 6. When prostate cancer is caught early, it's highly treatable. But because most men have no symptoms, it's vital to talk to your doctor at your annual visit about prostate cancer screening. Not sure where to start? Go to pcf.org for the help you need to navigate this disease and make the right decisions for yourself. Remember, it's your life. Go to pcf.org today.
I found the line. You know, in case you were wondering where the line was for the coverage this week of all the Titanic sub missing, all that stuff.
I mean, the memes coming out are really not funny.
Well,
at all.
I mean, I've laughed at a couple, if I'm honest.
I'm being very sarcastic. Some of them are brilliant, and I feel a little bad.
Right, but you can expect the memes to be the memes, and people are going to do that stuff. What I expect more from, I think, is the folks who work at the news organizations who are covering this stuff. And one of them is the News Nation channel, which I've never watched before. It was supposed to be like, we're middle of the road news. Like MSNBC is doing far left news. Fox is doing far right news. We're going to do centrist news.
The median of news.
Yeah, and then that didn't really shake too many people out of the tree of ratings for them. However, they got some big heat yesterday because they were covering the missing Titanic thing, and they put up on the screen, it's a little blurry for those of you watching on YouTube or twitch.tv, but they put up on the screen, it says oxygen remaining, and they put a countdown timer.
Oh, my God.
They had a countdown
Man,
timer.
I would have expected that from CNN possibly. But
Yeah, that's, what do you do when the countdown timer hits 0? You put like a skull and crossbones on there or something? That's really, really inappropriate.
Flowers.
Probably dead.
Or you put R.I.P. That's really, really bad. They had it up for a little while, and people started to say, hey, what's going on? Why do you have a oxygen countdown timer? Oxygen remaining, it actually said.
I think some of the ways that they treat the wreckage of ships like this, and especially Titanic because of how popular it is a little overboard to me. Like we kept talking about the company that was trying to help out with this, Magellan, that was doing all those digital scans and stuff.
Yeah.
And they go out of their way to like, I mean, maybe this is good so that there's still stuff to look at for these explorers, but they go out of the way to say like, you know, they take extra precaution not to touch anything. You know, preserve
everything.
it lest it be, you know, somehow crumbled more into the ground. And then they also, to honor the dead, have a flower laying ceremony on the bottom of the ocean.
Do they really?
Magellan
Did
did.
they put like little weights on it?
Yeah.
Your guess is as good as mine.
The whole thing seems
Do
a
they
little
leather
bit-
flowers so that the microbes won't eat them? You know what?
It seems like a bad
It'd
idea.
be like going down there and going, well, we at the Preservationist Society of Titanic, blah blah blah. We put a plaque down there for the phone.
For who to see?
Oh,
These folks are going to get to see it for a real long time if they're stuck down there as I think they are. And the weirdest thing that's come out of this is the billionaire's son. I'm just addicted to how cringe all of this is.
It's hard to watch, but I can't stop, like a car accident.
He's so weird. He started out, the billionaire's son, the stepdad is trapped on this Titanic sub, and you would think that your life would be all about that. Like, God forbid, like Sabrina's dad is stuck on the Titanic
Don't bring him
sub.
into this.
All right? You would not be on the show.
No, I would
You
not.
would be down with your family. You guys would be like, HQ.
Yeah, but Sean would be texting me like, "Hey, do you mind calling in real quick? It's just we were talking."
I mean,
about
that would be a really good lead for us.
Now-
Obviously, we want that content.
I'll tell you, of all of our dads, Sabrina's would be the one to have an off-brand sub.
No, that's not
How-
good. You know,
but it would work.
What was your TV brand that you had?
Ramasonic.
I forget the TV
Onkyo
name.
or
I do remember the laptop was Sager.
Sager is,
and it weighed 40 pounds.
Nobody wants to ride in the Sager sub.
A jet engine was the fan underneath.
Well, this guy, his
Poor Pops.
stepdad's on the sub. You would think he would be at HQ with every family member just waiting for any tidbit of news and trying to do anything you can. But he went to the Blink-182 concert, and that's fine, whatever. But he posted about it, and he basically said, like, Dad would want me to be here. He'd want me to hear Adam's song live.
Music, difficult times, they just kind of mix together, man.
Then he, I'm trying to think of all the things he's done because
Okay.
there's some
So,
greatest hits right now.
We have the concert is what really popped it off.
Mhm.
Then they go through his Twitter account and they see that he had responded to a OnlyFans model who had like posted a cute pic,
Mhm.
or Celine would call it a slutty picture.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
said,
it was very racy. The photograph.
Can I sit on something? And he responds, yes, please, and then replies to himself saying, also keep my family in your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, so he's going for the OnlyFans models.
His
And,
Twitter's gone.
You know
Oh,
why?
he did?
Because he posted the N-word yesterday.
What?
He said, I can say it with an A and not an ER. And he posted that on his Twitter account.
Okay, he also had the battle with Cardi B in between
He
that.
had a fight with pop star Cardi B. And
Yeah, your new releases are trash, and this is how you're going to get clout?
and I guess he's like filming some stuff too.
So this was on his Instagram story, apparently.
All right, let me
and
bring this up
the
here.
first one I sent you was the last part, and then I found, I guess, part one after that, but definitely play the last part first.
All right, he's Audio Guy 182. So really into Blink-182,
Yeah.
it seems. And also audio. And here he is.
I have about $100 to my name.
Lie.
I can't go out to the ocean. I have a legal situation keeping me here as well.
Okay, pause.
What's that
What
mean?
legal situation does not allow you to go to the ocean?
My guy is banned from the ocean. How does that happen? How
Him
does-
versus Ariel.
Is he on work release? Or like, does he have one of those little ankle bracelets?
What did he say? I can't go to the ocean.
$100 to my name. I can't go out to the ocean. I have a legal situation keeping me here as well. I can't get on a
Okay.
flight. I don't have a passport. I was sitting here yesterday watching the news for 2 days straight. I go to a Blink-182 show. It was
Yesterday, he watched the news for 2 days straight.
That makes sense.
The timeline
Absolutely.
is really lining up here. Now he's talking about the Blink-182 show.
have a ticket. It wasn't like I was having super fun. It wasn't like
that's
I
right.
was celebrating, having a great time. I was kind of just listening to some of my all-time favorite songs, kind of like nodding my head.
Okay, got it.
It was like
he wasn't having super fun. Okay.
He says
he was just there listening to the all-time favorite songs, nodding his head.
Still nodding my head, but as I'm nodding my head, I'm thinking about my father being in that submarine.
Should have thought about blowing your nose before you shoot this video.
How dare you? Leave this man alone. He's a saint right now. He's delivering all the content for us, and he's got so much more to give, I feel. He's not done just yet. Are you sure Audio Guy 182 is banned on Twitter?
This account doesn't exist.
Oh, God.
I'm just trying to get off the phone for maybe 2 hours or so.
Maybe.
And come right back into the drama. The submarine is stuck at the damn Titanic. There's nothing I can do for the situation at all. So that's the truth.
All right.
Okay.
That's the truth. That's what he says.
I tried to nod my head for 2 hours.
Does that seem like how you would be if your parent was possibly dead or in a very, very bad situation?
As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't take to social media at all.
I don't think I would either. I don't think I would be doing that. But for some reason, this is this guy's reaction to all of this stuff. And this is the second one here because he's
so
done a follow-up.
this is, I guess, before the truth about Blink-182. He's responding to him hitting up the OnlyFans, which apparently they're actually good friends, Sean.
Oh, they're close.
Yeah.
So my homegirl, my online friend Brea, I always talk to her on Twitter. We have a playful back and forth.
Uh-huh.
And I respond to a comment like I do every day.
Every single day.
And basically the media flips out on it. And she wished me well. She wished my family well. She's a very nice person. She does OnlyFans or whatever. She has her hustle. That's what she does. It's a good thing, you know?
What is this guy's deal?
Is she your homegirl because you guys are friends and she happens to do OnlyFans? Or are you homeboy and homegirl because you pay her and send her messages on OnlyFans? Because when I was deep diving on his Twitter, there was one thing that said, I got a
very inappropriate considering
I know. I also said overboard just a second ago. And people are like, C-Lane, really?
Overboard and deep dive.
When I was scrolling through his Twitter, I found that he had celebrated a birthday recently, and then he proclaimed, I got an OnlyFans gift certificate for my birthday. So
I didn't even know they had gift certificates.
I didn't either.
Neither did I.
Oh, my God.
Guess what you guys are getting for Christmas?
This guy is so bizarre. He's very, very strange. And he's putting it all out there for the world to see. Yeah. I don't know if it's coming across like he thinks it is. We were talking to the studio. We're like, he doesn't seem that sad. Is he maybe going, my billionaire stepdad is about to die, and
you think
maybe
he's in the will because he seems
I'm about
insufferable.
to have much better tickets to Blink-182. So
I was hoping to get a shout out. Just my favorite all-time band.
I think I'm going to take my homegirl that I message every day.
Carmelo on Discord says, I have secondhand embarrassment and first-degree cringe burns from this man.
Yeah. Get some ointment because I feel like we are going to find more stuff as this continues.
We will for sure. Paradoxoni on Paradoxani over on Twitch says, this guy is just a Nepo weirdo, LOL. And maybe he's thinking he's got a payday coming his way. Maybe that's what he's got going on.
$100 just in his bank account.
If he's got $100, he's about to have a whole bunch more if they get the news that hopefully he's not hoping for. But here we go. Let's go over to the Drunken Mailman with a dispatch. You too can join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch now like this.
Hey, News Junkies. Good afternoon.
Hey.
Hey, with this stepson, I think you all are thinking that maybe he actually loves his stepfather. I mean, think about it. Stepfather's a billionaire. The kid knows he's in the will. I mean, he tends to profit pretty well if his stepfather dies. I mean, why are we assuming that he loves his stepfather? You know, he might hate the guy. He'd be like, it's time, I'm about to get paid.
Well, look, we already knew that he had been arrested for some stalking stuff.
He stalked some female DJs.
Alice in Wonderland, I think, was the name of the DJ.
I mean, to get to Alice in Wonderland, for example, a bunch of fans and probably a huge fandom. And to get arrested, that means you really put it out there. You were 10 out of 10 creeper.
Yeah. And beyond that, you know what he was doing? Did you see this? He was posting, because he had been to prison before, he was posting his prison ID online when he would get in fights with somebody. And he'd be like, I've been to jail. I'm not afraid to go back. I'm going to kick your ass. This is all while his father is on a submersible that the world is looking for, everybody's transfixed on, that was trying to find the Titanic. This whole thing is just insane to me. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, we got more updates. I saw some news that was just breaking through. Let me check on this. We'll see if this is legit, and we'll get to it. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Seeking attention in unhealthy ways way before the internet turned it into a six-figure career. Yeah, that's a weird thing to brag about, but proof is in the pudding. And alimony checks. It's the 30th anniversary of Real Radio 104.1. Thanks, because we couldn't have done it without you.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Couple of problems on the Florida Turnpike now. Turnpike southbound after I-4. We have a right shoulder block there, a couple of vehicles, including an 18-wheeler. And another one on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive. A crash, FHP on the scene, left lane and shoulder block. And I-4 eastbound has that disabled vehicle on the off-ramp with the right lane block there. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby! Just sit back and relax while their fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%. So we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym. And I'm going to put in 166.7% effort, too.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
It happens every day. Regular people are winning every single day. Whether it's $500 or $50,000, anybody can win. Because when they win, I feel like I'm winning.
Hi, my name is Kong. I won over $100,000 playing Baccarat. You could pick banker or player, and if you pick the right side, the odds in your favor.
My name is Janelle, and I won a brand new BMW. I screamed, I hollered.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hardworking Americans like you and me are sick and tired of this brutal stock market. Take ownership of your financial future. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com. Their team of experts buys world-renowned hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt and maximizes profitability for an investable REIT that's open to everyone. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com to see their incredible track record of double-digit returns in the most volatile of times. Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Storm season is here, and Duke Energy is ready. With innovative technology and new ways to reroute power to help prevent outages in all kinds of weather. We're strengthening our systems, ready to restore power quickly and safely, while keeping you informed about outages with text and email alerts. It's all part of building a smarter energy future for you. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
It's Jeep 4x4 season. Now well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on select 2023 Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4 models in dealer stock for $409 a month for 39 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. On tag 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo models invoiced prior to 5/4/23 while dealer stock lasts. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease request for capital. Currently must end by 7/1/24. Extra charge for miles up to 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/5. Jeep is a registered trademark.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home. You have heard of fresh from Florida, right?
Fresh I have.
That's refreshing to hear.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
And if we're going to freshen up daily meals, it's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air. Got anything else?
Oh, I'm fresh out.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Fireworks for the 4th? Of course. But this year, make more of your holiday with fun festivities right down the road. Like car shows, bike parades, food trucks, beer gardens, live music, and so much more. Celebrate in Kissimmee with the whole family. Visit experiencekissimmee.com/celebrate.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Some news coming through on this whole Titanic sub thing. And this is from a legit source. It is from USCG Northeast, which is the official U.S. Coast Guard Northeast account. And they said a debris field, has been discovered within the search area by a ROV, which is what, the remotely operated vehicle,
Yes.
I think, near the Titanic. Experts within the Unified Command are evaluating the information, and they're going to have a press conference about all of this in some time. But they said a debris field has been discovered within the search for the missing Titanic sub by a remotely operated vehicle. Also, they said the U.S. Coast Guard said they found this. So everybody's saying the same thing, basically, and that there's a press briefing coming up at some point. So if they found some sort of debris field in this area, you wouldn't think there'd be a lot of other things around there. In fact, they emphasize over and over and over again that this was a really remote area. And it's not like there's random boats and people on Sea-Doos riding by. If you got some debris out there, that would
be the most terrifying Sea-Doo ride.
Yeah, way out in the middle of nowhere. How many miles? 400 miles or something off the coast of...
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus, man. No, that's not a good time out there. But
400 miles southeast of St. John's, Newfoundland.
Yeah, that does not sound good, to say the least. Saying that there's a debris field that has been found near the Titanic as rescuers search for the missing submersible seems to be some pretty bad news. But a lot of people, I think, were expecting it. And this whole thing, I love when a story starts to break and everybody gets transfixed, whether it's the kids in the mine or
Scandival,
the girl in the well, whatever it is. You know, in different communities, there's these stories that pop up and everybody gets obsessed. And there's different parts of it. There's where it starts and you go, hey, have you heard about this? Then there's when the conspiracy people start to come into the equation. Like, hey, I think that this is actually all fake and the government is faking this. And then all of them have this in the timeline. The Simpsons predicted this.
Oh,
that
yeah.
happens every last time in one of these stories.
And then we'll just like fit in there the highly inappropriate memes.
Yeah, there's memes for everything. It's so weird. How, like, you could check the boxes off. What happens with these stories? And I guess the Simpsons predicted this. They said
Filled with joy.
Today I'm filled with joy.
Searching for treasure with my long lost son.
So it's like some rich guy going with Homer in a submersible. Are they going to the Titanic?
You is that you find the happiness I feel today.
And my dream is to someday wear a real wetsuit instead of one that is just painted on.
Missed a spot. There we go.
Token Simpsons joke. They go down underwater in these submersibles. Are they going for the Titanic? Because now they're under there.
That's what you get for being luminous, jerks.
And I imagine at some point this thing breaks, right? And the Simpsons predicted that all this stuff was going to happen. And did they predict the stepson thing? Because that would have been really impressive if they nailed that one. This is something that has really, really grabbed a lot of people's attention. And we're just watching it as it all happens here.
So there is a report on Daily Mail that says family of missing British billionaire Hamish Harding slam Ocean Gate. Nowhere does it mention the stepson.
Oh, really?
They're like, I wonder if they're distancing themselves from this guy or what.
He's like the black sheep of the family. I've heard him compared to Chet Hanks vibes. And it's like, we just don't talk about him. We don't mention his name around here.
I'd be curious has anybody actually confirmed that that's his stepson?
I don't know, but he's a criminal and he's lied about all kinds of other things. He could be lying about this. Everybody just seems to be taking him at his word so far.
California does not have the easy access to records that Florida gives us.
No, I know. That's good and bad for us.
I have 5 criminal charges for Brian Cizaz.
What'd he do? What's in the record for this?
It doesn't say.
Oh, did
it just says case type criminal.
This is something that's been going on since Saturday, June 17th, when British billionaire Hamish Harding, 58, shared an eerie post on social media announcing he joined this expedition. The chairman of Action Aviation has taken part in history-making voyages in the past. He joined Buzz Aldrin on his trip to the South Pole. He was part of the 5th human space flight with Jeff Bezos' company. And now he's on this Titan thing and is likely not with us anymore. This sub set sail on June 18th on Sunday at 4 a.m., 1 hour and 45 minutes after they lost contact with this submarine.
But then didn't start searching until 8 hours later?
They said it was 8 hours later that they reported this. They reported that this had happened. And they said 9:13 p.m. the Titan was reported overdue by the Joint Rescue Coordination Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And since then, everybody's been all over this thing. I want to see what you got on your mind.
Ooh, Halifax, Nova Scotia. I wonder how close that is to Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, it could
Where
be.
Frankie is? I think that's why he was getting blamed.
Yeah, poor Frankie McDonald. Just let the guy be. Let him do his thing out there, please.
Oh, I like these fun back and forth.
You like him getting blamed for every travesty that's been happening in the world, Frankie McDonald? That's my favorite.
It goes on for 30 more seconds.
Here is DJ Shakes Vanilla chiming in about Red Rocks, which, if you missed it, Red Rocks Amphitheater during a One Direction Louis Tomlinson concert with like 9,000 people there got hit with hail the size of golf balls, and like 100 people got injured at this. We had somebody text who said they lived like right next to it.
Yeah.
Fun.
And they said the weather was really bad for them as well. But it was a nightmare for the folks who were stuck at that concert with nowhere to hide. DJ Shakes Vanilla is with us now.
So, yeah, there's definitely a caveat or several caveats to attending a show at Red Rocks. First of which is, that weather is totally unpredictable. We were there 2 weeks ago for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and our forecast was clear for the day of the show. And then sure enough, at 8 o'clock, this giant thunderstorm comes cresting over the mountain.
That was a
behind
fail.
you.
Because if there was a blizzard during King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, that would be headline gold.
For real.
It would have wrote itself. It would have. But he says that didn't happen?
And total downpour. Lightning, gnarly rain, just like you would see here, summertime rainstorm in Florida. Just no warning for it. It just happened. So kind of wild. The other caveat is it's about a 2-mile hike from your parking to the amphitheater.
What?
Yeah.
Is it
and then
really?
You have to climb the stairs after that. So don't go into Red Rocks blind is the moral of that story.
So the poncho.
Wait, so the people who then got out of this Red Rocks concert where the ice was raining down on them, the hail the size of golf balls is hitting them and hurting them, then they had to go 2 miles to get in their vehicles?
Probably.
To escape the storm?
For venues like that, I mean, even regular amphitheater-style venues that hold much more than 9,000 people, it's usually a pretty significant hike from parking to your...
Yeah, but not 2 miles. That's a long ways.
Depending on how winding it is. But for these, like, these bucket list venues where it's all about, like, the view and the nature and stuff, they want to separate you from your vehicles, from your... Or sometimes, you know, in a case of Red Rocks, there's probably not a good flat land to park on.
Yeah.
You know, close to the venue.
So they had, because it's a natural venue. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Let's go over to VW Shane, who's talking about Weird Al for some reason.
I don't know if anyone's addressed this yet, but regarding the AI Secret Invasion Marvel show, a couple things. One, I think it works really well in that the show is about shapeshifters. So as it's going through, the human faces look like kind of ambiguous. And it's like, what is that? That's kind of the point of the show as well.
Yeah.
And Marvel paid an art studio to do the AI work. You don't just say, hey, give me some green cool stuff and Nick Fury and it comes up with this. You have to put in quite a bit of effort to get it to this point.
Well, you have to type words in?
So I think people that are mad are just mad because they weren't picked, you know. Maybe not. But the other thing I think is going to be interesting is if you watch it again, it's really unique in its style. And
it's dark.
AI's overall goal, as far as I know, is to get it to be photorealistic. So I think there's absolutely going to be a point in time when we're nostalgic for this sort of uncanny valley sort of AI-generated content. Because eventually it's not going to exist.
All right, I hear you.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
VW Shane.
I was pretty curious if they got AI to generate all this stuff for the opening credits of what's the Marvel thing called?
Strange World.
Encounter?
I'll bring it up. Go ahead.
And if they did that, I was like, does the AI? I mean, it's got to be advanced
Secret
enough
Invasion.
that it doesn't just spit out a video. It probably spits out the source files to the animation, and then if this is an art studio using the AI, one would think that they could adjust it as necessary. Like if there are little parts where the AI just got things drastically wrong,
right?
They could, erase and kind of touch it up.
Well, it's cool looking. I just was more mad at the fact that the intro to this new Marvel show is 2 minutes long.
That's unacceptable.
That's really, really a long time. Get to it. I love the shows where it's just like, boom, here's the title of the show, and we're moving. We're off and running, and we'll leave the time for actually explaining what's going on in this world. Deland
Manifest
Nomad
was like that.
Did they? They got right to it? I love that.
Rest in peace.
They canceled that in the middle of a season, didn't they?
No, they ended it off at Netflix.
But, they did. They finished it out. Here's Deland Nomad chiming in about long intros.
Hey, what's up, junkies? Speaking of long intros, remember the True Blood intro? It's really good. Super long, but really good. But yeah, after a while, it kind of got... I don't even think they had to skip stuff at that point. So you had to just sit through it or fast forward. That's all I got. Wiggle, wiggle. Pop, pop.
All right, thank you, friend. Appreciate you. We'll do just one more real quick. And let's go over to Butler Austin with a dispatch.
Bro, I want to know what this is a big cover-up for.
Conspiracy time.
The government does not want us to know what's going on. They distract us by trivial things, man. Trivial things.
We were just talking about aliens last week.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. I just think there's more to this. I mean, come on. The name of the company is Ocean Gate. How much more obvious can this get?
Like Watergate? They should have named it that. That was a bad idea in retrospect. They probably should have thought about that a little longer.
Just like naming the submersible Titan.
Yeah, neither one of these were good ideas. Even going down to see the Titanic is a bad idea, folks. They knew this. Somebody earlier in chat said on the thing that they had to sign, like the waiver they had to sign to go on this, it mentions death 3 times. So it's like,
I just don't understand why they didn't go with a company that's gone already.
Yeah, this company had gone.
They have gone.
They had gone, yeah. But this company was like, they didn't get their submersible approved.
And they've lost contact with the submersible before, and it ended up coming back. So I think that could have been why they waited the 8 hours.
Yeah.
They might have just like been crossing their fingers that they were like, maybe if we don't get the Coast Guard involved and they show up, we'll be in the clear here.
Well, we got an expert who's going to be joining us, I hope, in about an hour or so on the show, a little less than that. And we'll see what he says in his response to this new news about a debris field being found. We'll keep an eye on that. Plus, when we come back, are you going to eat the lab-grown chicken? We'll talk about what they've created and what went down here. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Couple of problems on Florida's Turnpike southbound. We have some disabled vehicles from an earlier accident blocking the right shoulder southbound right after the I-4 exit. And also Florida's Turnpike southbound right before Consulate Drive. That's exit 255. Earlier crash has the left lane and the left shoulder blocked in that location. And also one at Lee Road at John Young Parkway. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic...
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh. Fresh from Florida, that is. There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon. You're just putting fra in front of produce. As in fresh from Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
The process of shopping for a mortgage can be complicated and confusing and so frustrating that you don't want to do it, but not when it comes to that mortgage guy, Don. That mortgage guy, Don, host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you, my friends. He's a mortgage broker, and mortgage brokers are better because they do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. Still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like that mortgage guy, Don. And he is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. You see, you get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker, and you get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with that mortgage guy, Don. You want to see a difference? Go to the website, thatmortgageguydon.com. Click apply now and get a quote or get a free analysis of your existing quote. Ask Don. He's going to tell you if you have the best deal possible. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Get your tickets now
at AXS.com
for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Coming back to Las Vegas.
2 nights.
September 22nd and 23rd.
1 stage.
At T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
This is the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival now.
Before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
That's AXS.com.
Right now, getting a home insured in Florida feels like... Thankfully, there's Open House, a tech-enabled home insurance provider that is saving Floridians hundreds, just in time for hurricane season. Get an online quote in seconds and join your neighbors who dropped for Open House. Start saving today at openhouseinsurance.com. See openhouseinsurance.com for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Now open in Daytona.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, frappers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah. As in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Really?
Hardworking Americans like you and me are sick and tired of this brutal stock market. Take ownership of your financial future. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com. Their team of experts buys world-renowned hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt and maximizes profitability for an investable REIT that's open to everyone. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com to see their incredible track record of double-digit returns in the most volatile of times. Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call, the Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations, Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is the land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down on first approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.99 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk, I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill each morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Welcome to The Good Stuff. I'm Jacob Schick, a third-generation combat Marine.
And I'm his co-host and wife, Ashley Schick. We believe everyone has a story to tell, not only about the peaks, but the valleys they've been through to get them to where they are today. We're joined by some amazing guests who share the lessons they've learned that shaped who they are and what they're doing to pay it forward and give back.
Listen to The Good Stuff on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
If you ever need our help, we're just a call away. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Talk about too soon. Wait till you hear what is going to be happening very, very, very soon.
Sean, I literally just wrote it down as the teaser.
Wait, it's not even what you think it is. I don't think. Oh, maybe it is what you think. It probably is what you think it is.
1,000% is.
Well, I'll get to that in just a moment.
During the next episode.
But I wanted to listen to this. I haven't heard it myself. I guess
tug of war with this story.
I guess Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, who are two politicians, Republican politicians in the House of Representatives, got into like a fight with each other. And Marjorie Taylor Greene called Lauren Boebert a little bitch on the House floor. And
Jesus, man.
A snapshot of where things are. Let me see what they say, or if we can hear this at all. Let's see.
Take your conversations to the back.
Yeah.
Off the floor.
I don't hear anything from them at all.
For what purpose does the gentlewoman... Order, please.
He's trying to get them to stop talking.
Everyone is ignoring them.
I don't hear anything out of them yet.
Are they going to hit each other?
For what purpose does the gentlewoman
We're lucky.
from Florida, Mrs. Luna, seek recognition?
Yeah, you couldn't hear anything. You just
Wow.
heard
So
them
how do
trying
we
to
even
stop
know
that.
that's what was said?
I guess
Lauren?
maybe from somebody on the House floor or maybe from her. Yeah, they're fighting with each other. This is a sign of the times, man. This is where we're at now. We're going to have like a decade. I tweeted about this yesterday of politicians that are terrible representatives of the average person, charging each other with crimes, locking each other up, indicting each other, having investigations of each other, recycle over and over and over and over again. We'll get nothing done. We're going to have all of these just like extremist people who represent us until people get tired of this. And I hope you get tired of it soon, but I'm not seeing that just yet.
No way, man. We're not even in the election year. What are you talking about?
Everybody who's like a representative that you see out like on television and stuff, they're all crazy people. There's just lunatics running the asylum. And the normal politician, like, we'll roll up our sleeves and get some work done for the communities, like that has disappeared. It's not exciting enough for everybody. We want excitement. Speaking of excitement, Channel 5 in the UK, taking this story from the next episode. Sorry.
No, come on, man.
Not sorry. They are going to be
making a documentary about the Titanic.
How dare you?
How dare you?
You can't take it away from me when I'm taking it away from you.
Yeah, before the thing ran out of air, Channel 5 is already on it at the UK. Too soon much?
They announced that they were going to do this before there was any kind of talk of debris fields or anything like that. It's the third largest commercial channel in the United Kingdom, and people are mad that they're going to air this documentary on the submersible that went down to the Titanic.
How did they start that before when it's called Titanic Sub Lost at Sea?
I don't know. I don't know how they were able to turn this around so fast, but sometimes they could do this.
Is it a true documentary, or I don't even think they have access to the people yet, or know what people they should get access to? It sounds like just like a magazine package.
It says Titanic Sub Lost at Sea. The documentary will air at 7 p.m. UK time, and it's going to be an in-depth look at the extraordinary events. That they did it too.
Promises to go beyond the news coverage, Sealand.
Yeah, it's going to be really amazing, and everybody's going to be tuned in, I'm sure. All right, let's talk about the serious thing here, because they're going to push this on us eventually, and I don't know how I feel about this, but they've now given the go-ahead in the United States of America from the U.S. Agriculture Department to sell lab-grown chicken to American consumers.
Are we already selling lab-grown beef?
Look that up. I'm not sure if we are or if we're not. I think it might have been given the go-ahead, but it's still very, very expensive.
Right.
Lab-grown beef takes a while, and it's pricey as far as I had seen. But they said some diners will soon be able to skip the egg and get straight to the chicken. See what they're doing? Mm-hmm. 2 Bay Area-based startups received a go-ahead from the USGA to sell lab-grown poultry to American consumers for the first time. The scientist-made meat will only be at 2 swanky restaurants, one in San Francisco, one in Washington, D.C. But these companies, one called Good Meat and one called Upside Foods, plan to roll this fake-ass chicken out into grocery stores eventually.
So Good Meat is actually owned by that plant-based egg substitute maker, Just.
Oh, is
Just
it really?
Egg.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Remember the ones when they first announced it, we tried to reach out to see if they would send us some to try before it got in the stores. And they were like, no, we'll send you a chef that makes Just Egg omelets. And I went, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, we don't need your chef. Get the hell out of here with this.
Bye, chef.
They said Upside hopes to expand production to 400,000 pounds of cultivated meat per year. That's lab-grown meat. America's largest poultry holder, which is Tyson, churns out about 200 million pounds of chicken per week. So this is teeny tiny. Can you imagine the amount of chickens they're killing off? 200 million pounds from Tyson per week? They're going through them over there. And this is a long way off. But they believe that the lab-grown chicken will eventually cost about $20 per pound. Would you guys try this?
Yeah.
If somebody said, here we go.
I'll give it a go.
It's a chicken sandwich, but this one's lab-grown meat. Give it a try. Both of you are on board for this?
Yeah.
I think I would have to do it out of curiosity. Like, I don't have a big fear that something bad would happen to me, but I don't know. It's weird to imagine it tasting exactly the same. Because if it does taste exactly the same, and you can manufacture this for cheaper, and you don't have to murder billions of chickens, that seems kind of good. Like, I could get on board with that. That would be a good thing. Although I don't see it playing out that way. I see it like somehow it's more expensive and, what they're charging you a premium.
Do you think that the lab-grown meat has the same propensity to carry foodborne illness?
I don't know.
Like if you make me a lab-grown chicken breast, do I still have to make sure it's cooked to is there a risk of salmonella?
That's a good question because maybe it wouldn't have the inherent errors and it's like DNA coding that would lead to that problem to begin with.
Well, are those errors in DNA that cause some of those, or some of those are bacteria?
I don't. We got to figure
like
out.
the bacteria would still be able to get all up in there.
But are they basically doing this with like stem cells? See if they have a website that says how they're doing this. Good meat or Upside Foods that has like FAQ. Because if they're doing
Upside needs to watch themselves.
What they do? Oh yeah,
They're
real close to the Get Upside. I want to see what they're doing if they're using stem cells or whatever. Here's Fox 5 in Atlanta. They were talking about this morning.
The Department of Agriculture has approved the sale of chicken made from animal cells.
Cell cultivated or cultured meat.
Oh,
as it's being
wait, is that it? Why does it look like
wrapped.
that?
Tell me it's wrapped in something.
If there's not something around that, that's gross looking.
Good God.
It looks like a big like potato or something. I'm going to put this up on the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com.
It looks like a McChicken without the label.
I think you're being kind saying it looks like a tumor or something.
Called is grown in steel tanks using cells that come from a living animal. It comes out in sheets and cut to mimic real meat.
That's it.
Two California companies, Upside Foods and Good Meat, have raced to be the first in the U.S. to sell meat that doesn't come from slaughtered animals. Well, don't run to your grocery store looking for this kind of
that
meat.
person doesn't have gloves on. Disgusting.
No, they're just using the lab chicken with raw dog hands here and cutting it up. It looks kind of normal there.
It's much more expensive than meat from animals, and producers can't make huge batches just yet. Companies producing this kind of meat will be subject to federal inspections required to sell meat and poultry.
Oh, we're living in a weird time, man. This is a weird time to be alive. Again, if you want to see what that looks like, because it is very, very strange, go check it out. I'm putting it up right now in the See It Now section of the News Junkie app. I know a lot of times there's something visual on the show, so to break that barrier down, that's why we have See It Now. And let's see, lab-grown, gross chicken is going to be the title for this one.
Would you eat it?
I want to know if people would. Send us a dispatch on that and let us know, like, would you try this out? C-Lane and Sabrina are both on board. I'm on board just because I would be so curious as to what it tastes like. But there it is. It's up for you now at thenewsjunkie.com. Just hit See It Now in the menu. Let's see what you have to say. We have time to work in just a couple of dispatches, and we'll start with this one right here. Send yours now at thenewsjunkie.com, just like D-Dub-D.
Hello, supposedly news junkies. This is Disgruntled Dan chiming in to complain about the accuracy of your news reports and, most importantly, the sports. You don't have any of your info. Okay, I can't continue to do this.
Leave it to Angry Allen.
But this is hilarious. Love y'all. Great show today.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. We got time for one or two more. Here's Snob Wasson.
What up, junkies?
Whoa.
Yeah, that debris field, huh? That debris field left from that Megalodon eating that Titanic sub. What you think
that
about
is a big conspiracy
Megalodon,
theory.
Titanic sub. Make for a great movie. I don't know. You tell me.
Hey, somebody will do
Bob.
it. If we've got documentaries on this thing already, there's no way that we're not going to have a whole bunch more and have some movies and all kinds of other things that pop in. There's somebody talking about the sunken sub stepson. Here is Tuck Frump.
That stepson's behavior is just appalling. I mean, what a slut. What a hoary slut.
Okay, buddy. All right. Calm down over there. Jesus.
Doesn't sound good.
The thing that I'm most interested in is just the fact that these absolute lunatics are engaging in this extreme tourism stuff. I like being alive too much to do this.
Give me the VR headset that costs $3,500.
Like same visual experience, and I'm like, whoa, cool.
Take a little bit of mushrooms, you'll be right there down with them without the risk of death.
I'd be fine with that. But then they go, no, we want you to get in this janky-ass submarine and go down 2.5 miles underwater, and maybe we'll see a little peek of this thing out this tiny little window we got. Or, let's fly you up to space. Or let's do this, do that. They do all these things. I don't get it, but extreme tourism is something for the very wealthy people. Because I think, what did they say? It was $250,000 for the 5 passengers to go explore the wreckage of the Titanic, which didn't work out great for them. One of the guys had gone to the South Pole, which is about $100,000.
It was actually $500,000 for the round trip ticket.
Oh, was it? This says $250,000. Oh, for the round. You're terrible. This says $250 because.
Man, if I haven't seen that stupid joke so many times this week.
Is that what people are saying online? They said there's very few places on the planet that people have never been, and the demand for a unique trip increases its price and value. People go to the Himalayas, they climb Mount Everest, they do hot air balloon rides. Just stay on planet Earth, man. Stay on the ground, not underwater, not up in the air. You got to enjoy your life a little bit more. What do you think? Would you do it? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your dispatch right now.
You know where I think the most terrifying billionaire tourist destination that I don't even know if we have the right technology to visit yet is?
What's that?
That area in the ocean where they where NASA drops all the space junk.
Oh, is there a
that
place?
Would be fun.
That would be interesting to see that.
There's a place that I think like no boat has enough fuel to reach. Or
Really?
something like that. Yeah, you got to look
Get
it
an
up.
extra tank.
There's
so some billionaire will be like, I want to go out there,
and then you also not only need to reach there on the surface, but need to be able to go down, and then that's where all the satellites and all that other stuff, if it's even big enough to survive burning up in the atmosphere on reentry, it goes into this like NASA ocean trash can.
$1 million. You could visit that. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? If you're a Stanford University student with a blank space in your winter semester schedule, a new course could be something out of your wildest dreams. Before the Titanic Titan sub ran out of air, Channel 5 from the UK.
We already did that
decided,
story.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I was
old news, Sabrina.
Too
Yes.
fast for you. Over here.
Jason Biggs is riding the bank of the nostalgia train and selling a pie that you could put your penis in.
All right.
Plus, ladies, gentlemen, and gender nonconforming, we possibly have a billionaire brawl on our hands. Take all of my money. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
If Twitter is imploding, we're going along for the ride. Join us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, Jamie King with you now in the Fox 35 Storm Center Central Florida weather forecast update. As we approach midday, look for low 90s. The heat is on. Real steamy tropical air on top today. And after about 2 p.m., rain chances rising to about 60%. Scattered showers and storms, heavy rain and cloud the ground lightning will be the main threats today. Low 70s tonight, rain chance up through midnight at 50% with a low down to about 73. Have a good day. Stay weather aware. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Did you miss the open enrollment for health insurance? Did you enroll into a high deductible, limited network marketplace plan? It's not too late. You can still change your plan at any time. The folks at USABG's Freedom of Choice plan are available now. This plan puts most of your coverage right up front, where you only meet a deductible if you go into a hospital. You pick your doctors, and it's 30 to 60% lower than Obamacare. With USABG's Freedom of Choice plan, the monthly premiums are not tied to your income, so there's no surprises at tax time. If you pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employment coverage is just too expensive, call USABG today at 321-380-4540. That's 321-380-4540. Or go to USABGFlorida.com. That's USABGFlorida.com. USABG's Freedom of Choice plan. They can customize a plan managed by you, not the government.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Let's break from your daily routine to chat Chock.
CHOQ.
That's CHOQ. We Americans love our coffee, but don't love the crash and jitters later. So instead, get a natural boost with Chock and make that morning boost last all day long. Chock is clinically proven to maximize your energy, strength, and focus. Get 35% off any subscription for life with promo code BOOST at chock.com. Boost the natural you with CHOQ.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Look sharp, shop smart, and take care of your eyes. Visit America's Best for a professional comprehensive eye exam, plus 2 pairs of glasses starting at just $79.95. Shop online or book an exam at americasbest.com. That's americasbest.com.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
At SimpliSafe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from SimpliSafe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now, install SimpliSafe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
In just a moment, all things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. If you miss any of the show, you can always get the podcast up on the website at thenewsjunkie.com. More updates headed to the website probably this weekend or into next week at the latest. And then the website project will be all wrapped up in a couple of months. At that point, we can go on to the revamp of the app, which fun times.
We're doing that.
Fun times.
Yes.
Got to catch it up with all the technology that's been built over on the website, and it's going to be great to get that out there. So go to thenewsjunkie.com now.
Angry Alan seen the app?
I don't know, but I'm waiting for his feedback. I'm willing to hear it. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Hell no.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey,
smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com, and of course, host of the Home Loans Radio Show. You can tune into every weekend, get your questions answered live, or if you got a question right now, just burning at you, you can message him directly right there at ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. All I ask is you wait until commercial break, because I have some crazy news.
Okay.
Channel 5 is going to make a Titanic documentary. Damn it! No, I, of course, have to start with the throwback for today, and oddly enough, it is all death.
Oh, God.
It's
one of those days, huh?
It is, and I imagine next year something will be added to it, unfortunately. But nonetheless, 54 years ago, 1969, Judy Garland died of a drug overdose at 47 years old. 36 years ago, 1987, dance legend / future Dirt Devil pitchman Fred Astaire. He died of pneumonia at the age of 88. 15 years ago, 2008, George Carlin died of heart failure at the age of 71. And 5 years ago, 2018, Pantera drummer and co-founder Vinnie Paul died at home from coronary artery disease and enlarged heart at the age of 54 years old.
This day will just take people.
Yeah.
Good
dead
God.
AF. And it doesn't stop there. Rapper Big Pokey has died at the age of 45 years old after collapsing on stage in Texas. I guess that's what it's all about.
What?
Huh? The rapper's name is Big Pokey. How do I... Like the Hokey Pokey?
No, we get it now.
His real name, Milton Powell. Passed away over the weekend, according to a post on his verified Instagram account.
Wow, they put that in there. It was nice of them to say.
It is with deep if I die, they're going to be like unverified Instagram account. It is with deep sadness that we share the news of the passing of our beloved Milton Big Pokey Powell. He was well loved by his family, friends, and loyal fans. In the coming days, we will release information about his celebration of life and how the public can pay the respects. We ask that you respect his family and their privacy during this time. It continues, Big Pokey will forever be the hardest pit in the litter.
I've never heard of Big Pokey.
He's been around. His debut album was 1999.
Oh, God, so he's like an old school rapper then.
Yeah, old school dead rapper now.
Yeah.
So may he rest in peace. And with that, I announce to you, we possibly have a really pathetic secondhand embarrassment, but I'm still going to watch Billionaire Brawl on Our Hands.
All right, I'll watch this.
Because Mark Zuckerberg and this guy are talking about having a cage match.
What's his name?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Now, I know Mark has been doing a lot of MMA, right? Or jiu-jitsu.
Some kind of...
He got choked out.
Some kind of karate. I don't know which one it was. Maybe it is jiu-jitsu. That sounds like it's right. Jiu-jitsu might be it.
Let's go with it. Verified. I guess people are really starting to think that they're going to throw down. It started with Mark's Meta. They're working on a new social media platform that should go swimmingly.
Oh, it's going to be as successful as all of this other stuff.
Yes. One executive referred to it as, quote, sanely run alternative to Twitter.
That's not going to work. I've seen the release screenshots, like a Twitter
What are they calling
competitor.
it?
Oh, damn, I forgot what the name is.
It's not on here for some reason.
Was it like Notes or something? I forgot what the
That's
name was.
stupid.
But it looks really simple.
So Musk responded to some of the posts about it saying, I'm up for a cage match if he is. And Zuckerberg responded, send me location, period.
Don't these guys have companies to run?
Yeah, they're both verified, though, on Instagram and Twitter. They suggested that they do it in the Octagon in Vegas. And, of course, this could all be metaphorical.
Mm-hmm.
But a spokesperson for Meta is suggesting that Zuckerberg is willing to engage in an actual physical fight. So I'm in.
I like that that's what the spokesperson for this giant corporation has to deal with
Yeah,
today.
we did speak to my boss, and he is actually down to fight Elon Musk. Who do you think would win, though?
Elon Musk
Mark is
tall.
He's a tiny man, though.
Is he? How tall is Mark Zuckerberg? How tall?
I just thought he was a slender kind of man.
Zuckerberg. He's not like built that well. Mark Zuckerberg's 5'7". Elon
Damn.
Musk is a tall guy.
How tall is Elon?
Elon Musk height. Hang on.
6.
He's 6 foot 1.5. So
Points.
He's only 6 foot 1.5.
Will you, while you're there, look up how tall The Weeknd is?
Okay.
Because he's also trying to fight with.
He wants to get in on this?
Not with them. He is
5'8".
Another brawl. The Weeknd is beefing with Oreos.
It's an interesting battle.
Yeah, so a lot of people have been trashing the new HBO show, The Idol, and those critics now include Oreo cookies.
The Oreo cookie Twitter account, I'm guessing, got involved in this.
They are verified as well, and this is the only song I could find within the moments I had to download it.
I get your digits, bring some friends for all the bros.
Who's this?
I'm sucking toes that they be Oreo.
Young Cracker?
Gross, man.
You already know.
I'm
a lot
sorry,
of toe
you
suckers
also
out there.
don't suck Oreos. Who's
Yeah.
sucking on Oreos?
That is a weird thing.
Some people take one layer off and then kind of
Lick it?
Those people
Yeah.
are idiots.
Just
eat the
sucking
cookie.
on an Oreo?
What's wrong with people?
That was Shotgun Willie and Young Cracker
Thank
with
you,
the
Shotgun
Oreo
Willie.
song. Last week there was a rumor that HBO was already canceling The Idol, though The Weeknd comes out and it's like, it's a limited series. We weren't even planning on season 2.
I love that move. You can't cancel us. We only wanted to do one series to begin with.
And then Oreo's Twitter account said, quote, finally some good news.
Got him.
Are they trying to be the new Wendy's?
Maybe.
The Weeknd got wind of that tweet and he replied, oh, F, they've been talking crap. But he said the S word.
Mm-hmm.
And before a full-on war could erupt, The Weeknd squashed it. He said, nah, I can't beef with you, Oreo. Too many beautiful memories. I'm dunking you in some champagne tonight, which sounds disgusting.
That's also gross.
So there you have
said
it.
you've been watching this show, The Idol, though. There's a lot of sex in it for what you said.
There is, and I mean, it's all right. I can definitely see the parts where it's too much.
Is his acting kind of cringe? Because the character, when I see him with the
character
glasses,
is a lot.
ugh.
It really is a lot. I think he has veneers and then the weird rat tail stuff. But
That's no good.
Their sex scene for episode 2 was also a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna watch
Somebody
it.
told me it was like cringe porn, though.
It is, but I was still horny for some reason.
All right, whatever works.
That Oreo song, it just clicked in my head why I've heard it before. Because I was like,
oh, it's Don't Worry, Be Happy.
No, I know it's Don't Worry, Be Happy.
okay.
I just realized that.
No, I knew that part. I've seen it in like some TikToks or something, and that has to be the most cleaned up version of a song
It is
because
clean/radio edit.
the original is
Filthy?
not airable.
We'll dance around it.
Let's play it
What does
anyways.
it say?
Let's
I'm
risk
good.
it today.
So this was going to be my segue after the UK Channel 5 is putting out the documentary. I was scrolling through Twitter, and this was news to me, but you know that James Cameron, when he was filming the Titanic, actually went to go visit it.
Yeah.
Successfully.
Yeah, he did. Was it with this same company or another company?
It was...
It was not with Ocean Gate.
Not
was
with Ocean Gate, no, but...
Is that even a question?
What? But there's a billionaire that went down with this one. Why wouldn't it be James Cameron's route down there?
You know, James Cameron, he did go, I don't know what company he was with, but whom he was with has a bit of a tie-in with the show, especially because of Bonnaroo this past weekend. We let that freak flag fly.
Oh my God, he was with the guy from the brothel in Vegas that we used to talk to?
That is incorrect.
Oh,
no,
it wasn't him.
He was with Bill Paxton.
Oh, okay, Bill Pax.
And if you guys remember, it was, I believe, Sealand and myself that we went to Facebook and we had asked via video.
I think you just asked on the air.
We did. I remember being at Finn Henry's and we were like drunk and we were like, listen, we're going to Okeechobee Music Festival. We need a flag of Bill Paxton because we've been quoting him for so long.
And somebody put Bill Paxton's face on a giant flag.
Bill Flagston. And then the very next day, he died of a heart attack.
Oh, and then you're out at the music festival with the flag. Yeah, I don't know
But
if
it's
that's
still
perfect
flying.
timing or bad timing.
We had it up for Bonnaroo this year, Bill Flagston. And it turns out that James Cameron brought Bill with him down to the Titanic.
Really?
But it was the day that they went down that is very particular. And I'm going to go ahead and let, of all people, Rob Lowe explain to you. He
Okay.
was, I guess, in 2020, maybe before that. Yeah, August 2020. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast and explained how this all went down. Because Rob Lowe, you remember him
Yeah.
from the Titanic movie.
Yeah, of course.
The Jim he's like, there's no one like him. There's literally nobody like him.
The guy went to the bottom of the ocean.
So Bill and he went to, because Bill's like, goddamn, Jim's taking me down to the Titanic. I'm going next Thursday. And they went down to the Titanic. They had lunch on the deck of the Titanic.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then Bill
that's
came up,
insane.
and everybody was like ashen-faced and freaking out, and 9/11 had happened.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Bill Paxton was on the deck of the Titanic when 9/11 happened.
That's
Catching
crazy.
camera. Is that crazy?
Oh, my God.
So
Nobody
crazy.
was on the deck of the Titanic having lunch. They
Yes,
were in
they
a
were.
stupid little ship, a submersible like this one that
Fact
got
check.
lost. How could they get?
Newsweek.com.
It's not like they're getting outside
No,
and
they're
getting on
not.
the
They
deck
were
of the
in the
Titanic.
sub, but they like landed it on the deck of the Titanic and had lunch.
It's still cool.
And then they came back up and they're like, that was a
9/11
success.
happened? God.
And 9/11 happened.
That's
so,
bad.
There you have it. Very fun fact.
Because
for you.
9/11 was bad.
Yeah, 9/11 was like
For the-
really not cool.
For the record.
Super not cool.
I read up
In
on it.
case everybody was wondering.
I know people
Not
are like,
great.
they're wavering on it,
It
but
kinda
like
sucked.
it was bad.
Yeah, super bad. Anyways, the boob tube coming on up. Got the 2023 NBA draft.
Yeah.
Go Magic. Up, you get a great pick. We also have the 1 hour special. TMZ investigates the miracle children of the Amazon. Why is TMZ investigating anything?
They're out there and they got plenty of free time, I guess.
Series premiere of Trippin' with Anthony Anderson and Mama Doris on E. Also, the second season premiere and Just Like That on HBO. Samantha's back, baby, and she's banging everybody. And you, follow your dreams. Send me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. Vote for me for Orlando Weekly Best of. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. We
I'm
wave
getting that
goodbye.
plaque, dog.
We wave goodbye to our friends on 97.1 The Freak in Dallas.
Bye, freakers.
And if you want more of the show and you want to hear this interview, you can go over to thenewsjunkie.com and get the entire show on the podcast. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, and all that good stuff. When we come back, hopefully this guy will be joining us for this interview with the news coming out that they found some debris that was in the area where these people were searching for the Titanic wreckage. We'll go over all that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The audio version of a Live, Laugh, Love wall decoration. That's been set on fire. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Good news on southbound Florida's Turnpike. That earlier crash right around Consulate Drive has been cleared. Left lane and left shoulder wide open now. And the earlier hazmat incident in Orange County, Orange Blossom Trail northbound north of Colonial, right around New Hampshire Street. It looks to be that cars are getting through, even though it's still pretty slow in that area. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. When pizza's this good, there's no such thing as leftovers. Well, unless you order extras for leftovers. Order today at Marcos.com and load up on favorites like the Pepperoni Magnifico. Marcos. Pizza lovers get it.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh. Fresh from Florida, that is. There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon. You're just putting fra in front of produce. As in fresh from Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
We're more than truck drivers. We're road pros.
Yep. Want to know the best way to get somewhere? Ask a truck driver. We know where the pavement is smooth and the stop signs are few and far between.
We also know where the best donuts are and where to find the fuel that helps keep our engines cleaner.
Using Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps us get better mileage.
They provide quick ways to pay so you can get back on the road. They're dependable like that.
Pros like us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride.
and declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is the land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down on cars make approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.89 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
It's a fact. When it comes to your health care, early detection saves lives. No question about it. And when it comes to your long-term health care, you want the most information possible for sure. That's where Life Imaging FLA comes in. With Life Imaging FLA, there's no guessing game, just hard data in real time so you can create a healthcare plan that's proactive, not reactive. With my full body scan from Life Imaging FLA, I now know that I have small cysts on my kidneys, the beginnings of diverticulitis, and a moderately swollen prostate gland. That allows me to form a healthcare plan with my primary care physician to attack these issues head on. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA now for your free heart scan. With just a few minimum requirements, that's a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Don't wait another minute to make that very important appointment today. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
So there I was, deep in the heart of the jungle. You know, solving all the puzzles, doing my thing. Then I see it. The lost treasure of Simia. I grabbed it and hightailed it out of there in my Nissan Rogue. Suddenly, arrows. Fire. Now, I know this may sound like an epic tale of adventure, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. The temple crumbles, boom, crash, but I'm too fast with my trusty VC turbo engine.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select 2023 Nissan Rogue trims. Availability is limited. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N7523.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Now open in Daytona.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Nothing! That's how much the new lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando costs.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
And trying to figure out what happened to this submersible that went to visit the Titanic. It was expensive, but a couple of billionaires on there, I guess. At least one of them was a billionaire. And they ended up going MIA. And everybody since that has been theorizing what happened and talking about this endlessly. And it's been all over every social media platform you could possibly think
Facebook,
of. Everywhere,
Instagram,
man.
Twitter, y'all see
And
this?
we got to talk to somebody who knows a little bit more about this than the three of us. And that is Stephen Wood, who is a professor and the program chair of the Ocean Engineering Department of Florida Institute of Technology. And first of all, Stephen, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. There you are. All right. So now we just learned not that long ago that they found some sort of debris field. That's what they're calling it in the area where they were searching for this submersible. What's your gut take on that? What's that tell you when you hear about that?
Well, first of all, not good. But there's things which could happen. It's just like in a spacecraft. You can have part of your system fail, but the rest of the system is still working. They were using deep sea remotely operated vehicles. Typically, the Victor 6000 is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It has full capabilities for being at very deep depths and to be able to work and manipulate things at deep depth. And supposedly one of the remotely operated vehicles found some stuff on the bottom of the sea. The question is how recent is it? Because there are lots of debris fields in the ocean. And the question is if it's brand new, fairly new, the chances are it is a submarine. But if there is an element of slime or whatever on it, then it's something previous. So the cameras will tell them that fairly quickly. And so when they give their final of the next news brief at 3 o'clock, it should be able to tell us in detail whether or not that is the submarine or not.
Well, Stephen, one thing that we were talking about yesterday, we were asking this question to each other, but we don't know, and you probably do. If they found this submersible that was touring the Titanic wreckage, and it's way down on the bottom of the ocean, like 2.5 miles down, maybe it got hung up on the wreckage or something. If they found that and they had one of these ROVs that they were swimming around through the water to try to locate it, would they be able to like hook a line on it and pull it back up? Can those remotely operated vehicles do stuff like that?
Yes, they can do any of that. The chances are what it would actually do is because remember, remotely operated vehicles, a person up on the ship controlling that vehicle. And so they're looking through cameras and they can see everything. They have grippers, they have cutters. And so if they came across the submersible entangled some way, shape, or form on the Titanic, they could actually grab a hold of it and move it. They could actually cut through the metals or whatever. If something caught onto it, they could chop it off to release it.
Yeah.
It really depends on what had happened if it got entangled.
So they're really versatile, these machines that they have down there searching for this thing. What does your gut say then on what you think happened here to begin with? Because I've heard some people saying they believe that the moment they lost contact with these folks, this thing may have imploded. And I've seen this passed around quite a bit, and you guys watch this. Pay attention to this because this is wild. And those of you watching will see the visual of this, but I'll describe it for everybody else. This is a train tank vacuum implosion at 1 atmospheric pressure, and where Titan would be around 375 atmospheres. So if you want to know what happens at 1 atmosphere versus 375 atmospheres, check this out. Here's what happens.
Oh my God.
And it shows the implosion.
That is insane.
Of this tanker, and it just, like it just completely, within like a second, just completely implodes.
And a lot of people have been saying like that would be the best case scenario as far as quick and not painful.
I would imagine. Stephen, is that the case? If it imploded while they were going down and they were at that depth, would it have just been an immediate death for them?
They wouldn't even know it happened.
Really?
It's so incredibly fast. Imagine that a nuclear bomb blows up over your head right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't even know it happened.
Right.
I mean,
it happened so quick.
And yes, I mean, we took a film canister size object. You can think of it as a film canister. Put it at the edges are about a 1/4 inch thick, and then we sent it down to 600 feet. in our pressure tank at the university here, and it imploded. And it imploded so loudly and so instantaneously. Everybody evacuated the building thinking that some bomb had gone off.
Oh, my God. Okay, that's wild.
There was not a memo that went out to everyone beforehand?
No, we didn't even realize it was going to be that bad. We thought it was just going to be
Ooh. How many mea culpa emails did you have to send out after that one there, Professor?
I'm sorry. So one thing I wanted to ask you here, because I think there's a lot going on with this story. We've seen a bunch of videos of inside this submersible that went down there. It's called Titan. From Ocean Gate. And we've seen a lot of people almost like laughing at the slapdash way with which some of this was put together, and some of the parts were bought from just like regular stores that people could go to. Have you seen anything that made you think that perhaps there was not a level of control over this this submersible and the construction of it, that maybe there was some negligence going on here? Or has everything you've seen about the way this ship was built been okay with you?
So far, in terms of how it was built, seems okay. What I'm always leery of is how did they use composites? Composites is a very good material. You can use it for all types of stuff. But I do know a team over in Bremen, Germany. They tried to use composites for a pressure hull for an autonomous underwater vehicle, and they could never get it to go to the depth that, in terms of your calculations and mathematically, say it goes to 1,000 meters, they could only get it to 500 meters. And so I do not know how they used the composites.
When you say composites, are you talking about the carbon fiber?
Carbon fiber, yeah, but see, carbon fiber is the actual strength material, but then you use some type of epoxy to actually embed that carbon fiber in.
Oh, man.
And so to be able to get the purity, having it so clear without any air bubbles, without any imperfections, is very, very difficult.
Yeah.
It's much better to use your pressure chamber as a titanium sphere, which is what most people do. And if they had kept everything as with respect to titanium, then it's a rarity, in which case I wouldn't have any qualms with it. I just do not know when they say they used a carbon fiber and titanium mix. I mean, what did they do? How did they do it? I do not know their design. I don't know their way they put it together. It has gone down to that depth a number of times. So
yeah, I mean,
it's
worked
it might
before.
Be something else.
Yeah, we still, who knows? A lot of question marks still. Talking to Stephen Wood, he's a professor and program chair at the Ocean Engineering Department at FIT. And I wanted to ask you this because I thought this was like pretty pertinent. Would you, knowing what you know about going down to that depth and knowing what you may know about Ocean Gate or whatever, would you have gone on that submersible and gone down to the wreckage?
Probably.
You would have said yes then.
Probably.
So yeah, that was kind of my question. Are you hopping some of these things and go down and check stuff out, guy, or more? I mean, you're in the engineering department. Are you more just a map?
I've already been on Johnson Ceiling too, but we were only down to 400, 600 feet doing some studies. So I've been in one before, so I have an idea about what it is. You hope the design engineers, well, first of all, it's gone down a couple of times beforehand. I'm not their number one guy going on it, so I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So chances are higher that I would go because it has already been proven a number of times. I mean, I would go on this one way before I'd have gone on Cameron's vehicle when he went down to the bottom of the Marianas Trench.
Interesting.
Because he tried to prove it, but in the end, he almost died, but he made it through. But these things, they're an element of risk. The problem is they've now going into tourism. I, as a scientist, engineer, am expecting there's risks on these things, but they have now gone to a level that they're hoping to be able to make this a tourist.
Yeah, that's true. You got people going down there that don't understand, maybe even if they're signing something, what the risks actually are. Being inside one of these submersibles, what's it like? Because we're all thinking that it must be so claustrophobic and it must be weird and hard not to panic in there.
Well, if you are susceptible to claustrophobia, don't get in one.
That's a great piece of advice. Thank you, Professor.
Typically, if you need to straighten out your legs, don't get in one.
Yeah, because you can't.
These things, the pressure chambers are so strong that they make them so small that they can withstand those pressures. That typically, if you have the heating systems going all electrical, you're just like in your car. It's nice and warm. It's okay. And you have beautiful views of all types of stuff there. It's stuff that no one else in the world has ever seen. So that's really amazing.
Have you ever went on one of these, had to use the bathroom? Because this thing had a little bathroom with it.
Well, they're lucky to have a little bathroom. Mine didn't have one.
Oh, wow.
No.
So what did you guys do?
You make sure you don't. Don't drink any coffee that morning. And,
if you're the
classic, should have gone before we left.
Yeah, if you're the guy that has an emergency in that situation, you're not going to be very popular after that.
You make sure you have your diapers on or something.
Yeah, man, the whole world of this kind of deep ocean exploration is so interesting, which is why I guess it draws so many people to it. But these people paid, I think, $250,000 to go down there as part of this kind of tourism that you're talking about. And they lost contact within an hour and 45 minutes. Now, from what I can tell, it doesn't look like they reported that to anybody until way later on in the evening. Does that seem abnormal to you that they maybe waited too long to report this?
Well, first of all, let's go back. What I found was disturbing was the fact that they had already experienced communication drop-off in previous dives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is number one. If you have a communication drop-off, typically you don't dive until you have verified why you don't have communication. And by the way, from what I've heard, all that communication was not speech communication, but was telemetry information going from the instruments from the vehicle on up again.
Okay.
In general, anytime that we did our dives for research, you have voice communication to the surface. And if you did not have voice communication to the surface, you came up.
Right.
So why do you think that they went with the route of not having voice communication?
I have no clue.
You would have said, hey, let's make sure we can hear each other before.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
Yeah. If I knew that was happening, I would not have gone into the submarine.
I think basically, judging from the pictures that I saw of inside of the submersible, it was just a Windows computer with a window that had like a little chat room.
Yeah.
Where you're just kind of chatting back and forth with the people upstairs.
The guy said there's like one button for the whole submersible that turned the operation on. It was just one thing.
I don't understand how they were able to successfully do this prior.
Yeah, but they were, and until it looks like, possibly now. Is there, Stephen, because you're so familiar with all this stuff and you've been in this situation before, I imagine there's some conversations beforehand, much like if you go on a cruise and they have these, things about what happens in the event that something goes wrong. Do they tell you when you're going down into submersible what you're supposed to do if you lose communication? Because we heard that these people were maybe knocking in every 30 minutes or whatever. Are things like that discussed in case of an emergency?
Yes, when you are before you even go down, you all sit down and you have a briefing of what is expected, where you're doing. Remember, you have to think about these guys are tourists, which is very different. But of course, I do not know what. The one was a space tourist. He had gone up to the International Space Station, if I remember right. So he's used to high risk. That one rich guy. But when we went down in terms of a research one, you sat down and you had a full briefing about what to expect, how if this happened, what do you do? There are blankets and stuff extra if for some reason you lost electrical power, and because it's cold down there.
Yeah. That's what they said. They said it gets down really
I wouldn't be surprised if these corner cutters didn't have blankets on them.
Yeah. So they're gonna. Well, who knows? But the problem is it's a tourist operation, and I believe this incident, like all incidents, it's not until someone dies before they make it safer.
Yeah,
it's
because
just like
they
back
say
in the 60s. I don't know if you're of that age, but back in the 60s,
Yes,
I
he
remember
is.
my dad putting seat belts in the car because the seat belts weren't required.
Yeah, and obviously huge changes with that, and maybe huge changes coming to deep sea travel too, because this has got a lot of eyeballs on it. This is something that's really, really transfixed a lot of people as they watch this. And we learned a lot about things that I had never known about. They were telling us, Stephen, about these planes that were flying overhead, and the planes would drop these contraptions into the water to be able to hear way down deep in the ocean, to hear if there's any noises or anything like that. That's where they talked about the knocking. There's a lot of different vehicles and different instruments that they could use to try to help somebody in this situation, huh?
Okay, let's go back a little bit. First of all, there's sonar buoys.
Mm-hmm.
And they're invented for what reason? To detect submarines.
Uh-huh.
And they're not designed to go deep.
Oh, they're not designed to go this deep.
To the layers. Like we could have a enemy submarine right off the coast of Miami, and it'd be hiding out below the thermocline, to the fact that the Gulf Stream is whipping across, and then you have a major temperature difference between the surface level and the subsurface. And you could have a submarine just hiding there, and we wouldn't even know it. So what they do, they design these sonar buoys so they can drop them below these thermoclines. They go down, 1,000, 2,000 feet, and all they do is listen for anything mechanical, propeller beats, sounds, bangings, and so that's what they dropped. So the problem is that's for surface level.
It's not. So it doesn't go far enough down.
Yep. So if the submersible, let's say, lost all of its power, but was able to drop its weights and shot to the surface, those vehicles are really, really hard to find when you have even moderate seas, unless you have a strobe light or something flashing. And so what they were expecting to do is they put those in. If the submersible's on the surface and you're banging on it, they would be able to find that, hey, you're there.
Yeah, that doesn't help them out down below, though. Yeah.
So not down below.
In your opinion, do you think that the reports of the banging were not related to the submersible, or do you think that was kind of just something else?
Well, the thing is when you hear anything out of the ordinary, you probably wish the best.
Yeah, yeah.
And the problem is you have now 10 ships out there, everybody doing all types of stuff. You don't know what ship A is doing or ship B is doing. Someone might be working on some part of the ship down below, who happens to be banging, but the ship sounds are so loud that you don't even notice it. But you, with a sonar buoy, a couple of miles away, hear this banging.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to find these people alive or no?
Well, I'm not supposed to answer that question.
Oh, all right. I don't, just for the record. I mean, it seems like too much time has gone by here. I would be worried about even the oxygen.
A couple of things which you have to realize here. They never tested the 96 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They never put that in and actually tested, does those air tanks last 96 hours?
Oh, great.
They might be 120 hours. They might be 80 hours. They never tested it. So that's where the part that they never failed to do. So they could still be alive.
I'm
not putting off hope there.
Do you think that an incident like this could put a scar on ocean exploration? Or do you think that more people are interested than ever because they want to know more information about the case?
Exactly. The only thing it's going to really do is going to make deep sea tourism safer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Because people are not going to be. I mean, look at how many people climb Mount Everest, and how many people die per year on it. I mean,
may even make it more attractive. All right, well, thank you so much. You answered a lot of questions for us. We really appreciate that. Stephen Wood, professor and program chair of the Ocean Engineering Department of the Florida Institute of Technology in Melbourne.
FIU.
Thank you for your help. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
FIT.
Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
There he goes. That guy knows a lot about that
very
stuff,
smart.
man.
Very, very smart.
Yeah.
Way smarter than us.
He know you dummied me a couple of times there.
I called you the dummy, but yeah.
No, he was very,
That's
very
why we
smart.
talk to experts.
That was interesting. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from you, your dispatches. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. That, plus a whole bunch more coming up next on the News Junkie.
So we no longer have our blue check mark.
Actually, it was a white check mark surrounded by blue.
Don't be that guy.
Okay.
We're still at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You'll encounter some slowdowns because of a crash blocking the shoulder I-4 eastbound at World Drive. Also eastbound I-4 at State Road 536, a crash there. One I-4 westbound at Lee Road. And now getting a report of an accident. This is Boggy Creek Road, right around North Narcoossee Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa Hoagie Fest is back, and they're celebrating 15 years of hoagie love with $5 shorties and $6 classics in any variety. Gotta have a Wawa.
The Home Depot and Behr have what you need when you need it, delivered straight to your job site and at an everyday low price. We're now delivering top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers directly to you same day or next day. Plus, pros earn discounts with Pro Extra Paint rewards. Contact a Behr Pro Paint specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Hardworking Americans like you and me are sick and tired of this brutal stock market. Take ownership of your financial future. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com. Their team of experts buys world-renowned hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt and maximizes profitability for an investable REIT that's open to everyone. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com to see their incredible track record of double-digit returns in the most volatile of times. Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The new Smokin' Triple Stack at Firehouse Subs is stacked high with honey ham, smoked turkey, and slow-smoked beef brisket. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Smokin' Triple Stack Sub. Get it for a limited time, only at Firehouse Subs. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Just come up, just come up, just come up, just come up. Injured on the go, just come up.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by non-attorney spokesperson.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
Rover's Morning Glory.
It's The Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the morning.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events. iHeartRadio Music Festival. All of the best free curated playlists.
It's everything that rocks.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000.
Awesome.
All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
Best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
That man knew his deep sea diving. He knows some stuff about going underwater. And he was not afraid to tell us about those things. So
why would he be afraid?
If you missed that, check it out on the podcast. No, it was cool. I've learned a lot there, actually.
Yeah.
There's many things that I did not
know. Do you think that's all he talks about?
He might have other things that interest him, but
Do you think he's like fun to smoke weed with, or it's just like you're freaking me out, man?
Oh,
like,
hell yeah. If I was smoking weed with that guy and he started talking about the implosion thing is wild.
That video was insane.
It makes you so uncomfortable.
Also, where I meant to ask, but not during the interview, where was that done? Because it looked like it was an outside setting, or was it a CGI?
No, that was real. That was actually, they did that on some train car or something. According to the person who's
terrifying, man.
Yeah, that's really weird. You don't think about that. We always think about explosions. We don't concern ourselves with implosions nearly as much. But like he said, if that Titanic sub was imploded, or if there was an implosion that happened to it, they would have had no clue. They'd have been like, "Guys, this is going to be awesome. We're about to see the Titan." And then, nothing. They're just gone.
Bye.
Their existence is done and over with as the whole thing implodes.
I think a bunch of people were talking about when this first started breaking, and the people who had their physics knowledge intact were like, yeah, if there's a breach in the hull at the pressure down there, your blood boils immediately.
Oh, my God. This is so insane. Somebody said earlier, we've, as humans, explored more of space than we have of the deep sea. And I don't know, how true that is or not true, but it probably is, because it's so difficult to get down there.
I mean, percentage-wise, not even close.
Well, not us traveling there, but us knowing about things that are far beyond us. And then there's definitely, probably tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of species of animal that we don't know about that live way deep down there.
There's one account I follow that they send the robot, as deep as they possibly can, and then you can hear them just getting so excited. They're like, "We just found another microorganism."
That's awesome.
And look at it, has a little lamp for a face.
There's some weird stuff
There's
down
a
there.
reason why humans should not go down there.
Yeah, I'm not going. He said he would go, though. I couldn't believe it. He's like, yep, I would have gone. All right, we have another problem to deal with. We have many, many problems. And
Let
this
go.
is another one we need to focus on right now, because there is an invasion of giant African land snails in South Florida. That's right. We got to watch out for this. There's a quarantine area around the area where they found these things.
They're really massive and disgusting, and just the idea of them. Because it's not just one.
African land.
They take over like an entire wall.
And they eat everything.
And they're really...
Oh, my God. They are really big.
I don't even want to look at it.
I had no idea that they even got this big. This thing's like the size of a football or something.
They will destroy your house, your crops. They probably carry some sort of disease that if you licked it, you die.
Look at this. They're holding these things like it's a little puppy or something. They are very strange looking.
Snail.
I'll put that up on See It Now during the next break. They said invasion of giant African land snails has alarmed residents in South Florida, where authorities have established a quarantine area to try to deal with the destructive pests. The invasive snails have voracious appetites and consume at least 500 species of plants, according to Florida's Department of Agriculture. They're worried about citrus. They're worried about all this stuff. So they've blocked off several dozen blocks of Miramar, and they're trying to tell everybody, we need to get rid of these things. You know, whatever you got to do, get rid of these things. And they made these, so they made this area that they quarantined off, and they're going through it, and they're spraying everywhere. Like they're spraying stuff to kill these things everywhere that they possibly can. There's a chemical snail bait, metoldehyde,
yummy,
which is approved for residential use, and they're going to go for these things. The snails are illegal to import or possess in the United States without a permit, and they've been trying for years to eradicate them. They can damage buildings as well as destroying crops, and in some quarters, they're even considered a delicacy. I ain't eating that thing. Oh, God. Hell no.
I mean, I feel like you could split that for the table.
Oh, yeah, everybody could share this.
Why
There's
are you
like
saying,
a turkey.
oh, you're down to eat human flesh and not that?
I don't like
this. You never
this.
tried escargot?
I don't like escargot, but this is too big. It's like a snail should not be that big.
Between two burger buns.
You would never eat this.
My mouth is watering just talking about it. A little provolone.
You look at this.
Lettuce, tomato.
You look at this and you say, you're going to take a bite out of that thing? Ain't happening. All right, I'm going to put this up on See It Now, as I said, so people could take a look, because it is just from another world. We'll get that up in a moment. Right now, we're going to go to you and your dispatches, see what's going on where you are. Let's see here. Here is Mommy Milk My Prostate with
your
dispatch.
favorite.
We might as well get to this, huh?
Sean, equity-based hiring is what happened. I bet my life on it.
Oh, God. This is another thing that people are talking about with the Ocean Gate thing, that I guess the CEO was like, it's not inspiring to hire a bunch of white guys or some crap like that. And so they go, wow, they didn't hire the best and the brightest and this place, whatever. I think that what you had was a guy who was willing to take a whole bunch of risks and thought that he had something that was safe enough. And this may prove that it wasn't actually the case. Diana said, apologies to Courtney. Oh, for what?
Happy Thursday, junkies.
Hey.
Sabrina, C-Lane.
Hello.
Sean, I feel a little shy saying hello today, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Have you guys ever had a dream about a celebrity? You're a celebrity. And perhaps you share a little smooch with that celebrity, and then you see them or hear them the next day, and you get a little shy and embarrassed.
She made out with you in her
Sean,
dream?
Oh, my God.
that's exactly what happened. We were at some alternate universe, Universal Studios. Shared a little peck there, but then I immediately said, Courtney. So I just wanted to apologize to Courtney.
That makes it okay.
Woke up.
And there it is.
She's about to kick the door
C-Lane
down.
and Sabrina, I guess you guys are up next. So I'll let you know what the next few nights of dreams
She's going to go
hold.
through the whole show.
Happy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Dana. Thank you for the kiss, Diana. Very, very nice of you.
Was it
don't
soft?
worry. There are millions of people who go to sleep every night and think about kissing me. It's not abnormal that you've done this.
That is incorrect.
It's very, very normal, the feelings that you're having.
I'm about to ruin it. I
I
had that dream that me and you made
No,
out.
no. We could,
No, it was super passionate. Courtney got involved, too.
Quick break. Be back in just a moment, folks. Jury duty coming up next on the News Junkie.
Text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by LASIK Plus.
French teenager Victor Wembanyama is the consensus pick to go first overall in tonight's NBA draft. The Magic, they've got the 6th and the 11th overall picks. Florida is preparing for the best-of-3 finals of the College World Series. Gators set to face either Wake Forest or LSU on Saturday. And the Rays homestand continues tonight. It's the start of a 4-game series against the Royals. Tampa stopped a season-high 3-game skid yesterday. I'm Scott Davidson.
Do it. Take the first step towards LASIK and score a great deal at LASIK Plus today. Right now, LASIK Plus is offering $1,000 off their Wave Light laser when treated in June. That's $500 off per eye with guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
Folks, it's hot outside. Well, when it's not raining, it's hot outside. So it's really snip, snap, back and forth with the temperature, which makes it harder on your air conditioner. So if you have a problem, don't freak out. I know you start sweating inside your house and you go, oh, this is going to take forever. I'm going to call and I'm going to get a bunch of robots to talk to me. With Mills Air, you're in good hands. You're going to get somebody who's a human being that picks up the phone. They're the nicest people that answer their phones over there, and they're going to get you set up real quick to get your AC fixed. They have been doing this since 1992, over 30 years of putting smiles on people's faces and fixing air conditioners. That's what they do at Mills Air. They are a Carrier factory authorized dealer as well. So that's access to a bunch of big rebates, like up to $1,275 in rebates on a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Call today to schedule your appointment. It's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Wow, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%, so we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally need to pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and in the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine, and marble, all those beautiful colors. But it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas. And next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office, Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Celebrate the red, white, and blue with fireworks presented by Old Town and Fun Spot America Kissimmee. Bring the family for a full day of fun, including live music on the Old Town main stage by Rocktown. Fireworks begin at 9 at this free event.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk, I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill each morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
The Portable Uni by ePass. Now available in black. A toll pass that blends into your windshield. Finally. And Uni works on toll roads in 19 states. The Portable Uni by ePass. Get yours today on Amazon or go with uni.com.
Jury duty in just a moment. The story that we're going to get into here is absolutely insane. That's coming up in just a moment, as I said. But I want to remind you that if you haven't gone to the website, you should do so. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, and not only can you set up an account so you can send dispatches and whatnot there, and there's some really great updates coming to that process and different ways you're going to be able to interact with the show very soon. But you can also get the podcast. And let me just... right now, from what I heard, the podcast is temporarily fixed. Okay? All right?
We'll take it.
We hear that temporarily fixed, meaning it doesn't have the white noise that you've been hearing for. I don't know how you guys have put up with that for like 3 days or 3 weeks.
It changes
3 months.
from day to day.
It's like listening to AM station.
I can't stand it. It's been driving me so crazy. I've been having mental breakdowns over this stupid issue. But now I believe it's temporarily fixed, and they are going to make it so we have a long-term solution so everything sounds real nice for you. Don't think that that's not making me freak out, because it's absolutely, positively making me freak out. I go crazy over stuff like this. Somebody said today during the show there's like a smudge on the wide shot camera, and I've been walking around cleaning all the cameras, and like,
what are you guys doing to him? What are you guys doing to Sean?
I almost went up a ladder during the break.
Oh, wow.
And then Celia goes, what happens if you fall? And I was like, well, you guys got...
We would make the news.
Yeah, you finish the show, we'd have some great footage of me.
You'll be in a
down.
full body cast.
Yeah, but we figured something out, though. It was like just the way the light is hitting that camera that we mess with. Anyhow, let's get into it. Let's do jury duty. Oh, hang on.
Again, 2 days in a row.
Why? Why does this happen to me?
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
A lot of things to remember to do, C-Lane.
Sluts.
Possible to get all of them done correctly. Jury duty. It's brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE. Or go to justcallmo.com. Moses DeWitt is not going to be joining us
man.
this week. He's
talk to him.
He's sending in a proxy. He's currently in Ireland. which is interesting.
Oh, interesting. So he made it to Ireland.
Moses McDewitt.
We had a little conversation with him because he was planning on going on another trip, and then he was mad that he wasn't going to be able to go to Ireland, and it looks like he's finagled his way to Ireland. And so he's hopefully enjoying himself, and he'll be in next week to join us here on the show with the questions that we have. Because Sealand and I both, I don't know if you've watched this yet, Sabrina, but we have questions about the curious case of What's-Her-Face.
Not yet.
You got to get into that.
I'm thinking Sunday morning.
You'll know
before my karaoke gig.
By the end of the first episode, you'll know 100% if you care to watch the rest or not.
I'm sure I'm going to love it.
Like, it hits you pretty immediately. But if you get curious about what's really going on, then you're in for it. And there's a lot of legal questions in that I find to be interesting.
I have a new take on a lot of it, too.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
You changed your mind afterwards?
All right, next week for sure we're going to talk about it.
Do you no longer consider it a miscarriage of justice?
I think it sucks for the people involved, but I think there was no chance.
Yeah. We'll talk about this during a break when we don't spoil everything for everybody.
Please, thank you.
All right. In jury duty, I wanted to talk about this story out of Volusia County. And this is absolutely wild. Let's see if there's some audio to go with this. They said police are cracking down on a homeless camp island in the area in South Daytona. And the story is just wild. They said a bunch of hobos, basically, trespassers is what they're calling them, have gone to this island. And it's in the Intercoastal Waterway. And they're going out there and they're like claiming their land. Nobody's using this land. They're like, this is my territory over here.
We're going to poop here.
And they're building up their own little houses on there. And when I say that these people are building stuff, there are 2, 3, and even 4-story structures that they have built on this island.
It's impressive. Also scary.
Yeah, they use materials
Who gets the 4th floor?
Like from docks. Like somebody would have a dock nearby, and they'd take the dock down and use the wood to build up a little structure. It looks like Swiss Family Robinson or something. It's insane.
But they steal it?
They stole some of the materials to start this all out. Hang on, let me bring this back here so we can learn what's going on, because this is pretty insane. It's a homeless camp on this island.
Cracking down on people, many of them homeless, who have illegally set up camps on islands in the Intracoastal Waterway.
Washington's Claire Metz reports police say the trespassers have built unsafe structures and created other dangerous conditions.
Look at all this stuff. They built these big old tree houses.
And they're kind of like going out there and claiming and staking claims on the island for their own, and that's not what it's there for. You got these.
The number of structures is exponentially grown over the past.
All right, they're showing a tour of one of these places, and it's a huge tree house.
I think if you threw a bar into some of these things,
exactly,
it would be a fun place for people to visit.
This screams like music festival, man.
Yeah, they've got like license plates that they've bolted to the tree or like nailed into the tree. They've painted some of this stuff, and they're building their own like little island. All these homeless people are like, it's better out here. Island life. We're all island boys. And they are loving it, but the cops are not loving it as much.
Sheriff's body camera video shows what has taken shape on several islands in the Intracoastal.
Where did they get a trampoline? There's a trampoline out there? They've got all kinds of fun stuff. I want to go to this place.
Do you?
They've got like signs to different cities, and it says 714 miles that way.
I'm curious how much of that was there to begin with and how much of it was stolen from the docks. And like, did they get paint?
Yeah, they have paint. They have obviously a lot of wood because they've built 4-story structures out there.
And a boat to take it there.
Yeah, and something to get them back and forth. They have a lot of stuff for homeless people.
It is 10:35 a.m.
Trespassers have built 2, 3, even 4-story structures. And according to police...
Okay, here's the thing. If you're a hobo who could build a 4-story structure that is safe enough for you to occupy it on this island... You are skilled enough to get a great job.
Yeah, but
that's talented.
What about drug tests?
You can board up a house. You can do all these different things. And they built like it says message board where I guess they have like a little community thing.
Analog message board.
They just write on it with Sharpie.
It all seems kind of fun, honestly. They're just doing their own city out there.
And using materials stolen from nearby homes and docks. There's a trampoline in one spot, a dance floor, even a swimming pool going in.
Nice.
Police say trash and drug paraphernalia are a constant among the crude dwellings, which they say are far from storm resistant.
So we're also worried that those are not built up to code, so all that debris is going to be flying all over the place at the residence.
Not worry about the safety. of the humans.
Look,
we just don't want the debris hitting the rich people.
There are rich people nearby, and if one of those stolen 2x4s flies over and hits a rich guy,
we've been issuing the people code violations and expect that to just work itself out.
Yeah, that's what they think is happening here. What do you think? Do you think these folks should be able to have their own place on Hobo Island? They were going to do that in Miami for a little while.
Did that not happen?
I don't know. They hit the pause button on it, I guess. Let us know what you think. Go to the website right now and leave us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. BCGM3 on Twitch says, I like all this fake concern for the safety of the homeless. They didn't even fake it. He just said this could be debris in the case of a storm, meaning it could be problematic for other people who are not the hobos.
Hazards to the boaters as well.
These intracoastal islands are state-owned, so any citizen has the right to go out and enjoy them.
Claire.
Spend a day, even a night camping out there. But officials say it is illegal to set up house, create even semi-permanent residence.
Whoops.
Last week, police and sheriff's deputies put up no trespassing signs.
They just took them down a bit.
To arrest anyone who doesn't heed their warnings.
Oh, man.
They say the occupiers alarm others who want to enjoy the islands for a few hours.
The rich people. Yeah, that's what it is. I'll tell you, though, looked like it was fun. Looked like they were having a good time out there.
It looks like it's fun until you end up there and you're like, I need to get the F out of here.
Yeah, there's not a lot of creature comforts.
Also, there's my trampoline.
That is one thing that they're missing out on. Not a lot of bathrooms in sight. Not a lot of electricity. Those kind of things are not going to be out there on Hobo Island for you. When we come back, we'll get to your dispatches. We'll see what you're thinking about. Plus, we've got updates on whatever's happening with the search for this Titanic submarine or everything that's related to it, because there's things happening very fast, including a press conference coming up soon. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Displaying a level of apathy that can only be achieved through years of studying. Okay, guess you don't want to be petted. Cats. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Another serious crash and a lot of backup right now. Florida Turnpike southbound. This is after exit 278, the North Hancock Road exit. I have a crash. Looks like the left lane and shoulder definitely blocked in that location. Also working a crash Conroy Road east of Florida's Turnpike in Orange County. And one just about wrapping up I-4 westbound at Lee Road. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Phantom Fireworks.
Just a reminder for this and every 4th of July that the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air are brought to backyards across America by Phantom Fireworks. Visit fireworks.com for specials, coupons, and a location near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is a land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354, $7 down, $3.99 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
We hear you, Orlando, loud and clear. You are growing, people are thriving, and business is booming. Ocean Bank has been helping businesses grow for over 40 years. And now, we are here to bring you even more possibilities with our new branch right in the heart of the city. The power of Ocean has come to Orlando. Visit us at our new branch in downtown or go online to oceanbank.com to learn more. Ocean Bank, member FDIC.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next, and here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
So, what could you do with 8 hours? With that much time, probably a lot, right? Or nothing at all sounds pretty good too. With an 8-hour battery life, a vape device from Blue gives you the freedom to unplug. So relax, disconnect, or just let yourself focus on getting your own stuff done with a full 8 hours of unlit you time. Blue, get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fonum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fonum US LLC.
Want to improve your marksmanship while saving ammo and saving money? Get better faster with the Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
It's time to shoot tighter groups.
The Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
Score 97, bang on the money.
The Mantis X is a smart sensor that fits any weapon with a rail or adapter, pairing to your smartphone or tablet. Analyzes your shooting and tells you how to improve.
Mantis.
94% of shooters improve after just 20 minutes.
X.
Go to mantisx.com.
MantisX.com.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Wherever you go, you're covered with the nationwide lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
They're
trying to solve the homeless crisis over on chat. Good luck with that over there. I don't know if you're going to be successful. I saw
They don't even listen to the show anymore.
Well, they were just talking about the Hobo Island situation and then how sad it is that people have to resort to this, and then they're trying to fix homelessness over there. And I saw a story, I think this weekend, and they were talking about in California. In California, you can't blame Republicans for anything because every elected official that exists in most major cities in California they're all Democrats. And their policies on things like homelessness and crime when they're in some of these cities are just terrible. You can look and see that this stuff doesn't work. You've got more crime going on. You've got a lot more homeless people, and the situation with drug use in the streets is dire. It's just like obvious right there in your face that those policies are not working. But finally, they had this new woman that came into charge, and she said, we're going to crack down on these open-air drug markets that have popped up.
Crackdown.
And when she went out there to do this, there was some crazy far-left protester who threw a brick at this lady. Like, she was risking people, like, hurting her because she has the idea to go, hey, let's not have these open-air drug markets. So they sweep in, right? And they go to this homeless encampment where...
Did you say far-left person, or was this person on crack?
This person was a progressive activist type, like Antifa type. That's way further, but it was like somebody who was very much into politics and very, very on the left.
And violence, apparently.
And into throwing bricks, I guess. So they were mad that the woman wanted to shut this down. She sends her people in to this homeless encampment, and she starts to figure out who these people are. They said something like 95% of these people were not from California. 95% of these people.
Born and raised, you mean?
They weren't. They didn't have any connection to family in California. They weren't born in California. They never had a home in California. They had traveled to California because they heard that you could live in these areas and you could do these drugs openly and you could live life like that. 95% of them. That's just insane to me. And the other thing that they had in this story that I was reading was in California, I don't remember the exact numbers, but suffice to say I'm pretty close here. They said about 75% of the homeless population in California, which is big, it's like a third of all homeless people in the country, 75% of their population of homeless people lives outside. And if you compare that to New York City, which also obviously has a sizable homeless population, only about 5% of New York City's homeless population lives outside.
I mean, I can imagine because of the weather.
Well, it's because of the weather sometimes, but it's also because they have a shelter system that I guess is better run. It must be to get these people to stay inside of these places.
Well, then you get that bus once a year that takes everyone to Florida.
Yeah, the Florida Hobo bus.
Must be nice.
Yeah, we've had every single city has had a problem with these kind of things with homelessness, and everybody thinks they have the magic dust that they're going to sprinkle on this.
Especially the chat right now.
And I don't think many of them know much about homeless people, because if you look into why people are homeless, there's just a wide litany of reasons why people end up in these situations. But when we picture it in our heads, we picture the person whose rent is too high and they just lost their job and they missed a payment and now they're out on the streets and they're going to now be permanently homeless. That's not a common situation at all.
I don't even know if that's what people immediately picture, especially if you live in the city.
I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people picture a homeless person as somebody who has been a victim of society, a victim of the structure of the United States or whatever.
Either what you said about, missed a payment, evicted, something, nowhere to go. I think nowhere to go is commonplace. Just released from jail.
Right.
Nobody to take them in, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's also a good portion, and not saying a mass percentage of that homeless population, but I know here in Central Florida, there are like high school kids that are sleeping in their cars.
Right.
And that they still count as a portion of that need help. But then you get someone who ran into a lady yesterday in a wheelchair. It was the third time that I've met, but she didn't remember me.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, please,
how dare
ma'am,
her?
Please. Well, I mean, because I've given her money every single time. I did not have money this time. And she's like, please, I have it's $7 to go to the shelter. I'll follow you to the ATM. And I go, there's no ATM. She goes, there's one right there at the Amway.
Mm-hmm.
And then the man pushing her wheelchair could not have been higher
Oh my God.
I mean, I couldn't see his
Zombified?
eyelids. He was just like, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to see what I can do.
Right.
And I took another route back because it was
She wasn't going to the
extremely
shelter.
intense. Absolutely not.
Yeah, she wasn't going to do that. That's what they're using to take advantage of.
You know what I
emotions.
have started doing is instead of money, I have in the back of my car shirts that I was going to take to Goodwill.
Oh, that's nice.
And socks.
Yeah.
And it turns out socks are a huge hit. With
Yeah, they
the
like
homeless
them.
people. Yes.
See, because sometimes they'll turn down stuff, and you go, well, "What the hell? This seems like it would have been something good for you." But like I told the story about in Chicago, where I tried to give my leftovers to a homeless person, and he all
well, you did take a huge bite out of it.
I never touched it at all. He's like, a lamb burger? Ew, gross. Like he didn't want it.
Only you would give a homeless guy a lamb burger.
It was what I was
You
ordering.
would order a lamb burger.
Lamb burgers are fine, I'm sure. I just didn't eat that one. I went out, I ordered
They'd
it.
eat a snail burger.
I don't want it. And the homeless guy was like, no, I don't want it either. They rejected me. There's
Well, imagine having diarrhea in the middle of the street, Sean.
There's so many people who are homeless, and it's because of a combination of mental health and drug addiction. It's like the vast, vast, vast majority. And saving those people is very, very hard. You know, I learned something this weekend as well. I was talking about how it's a shame that we have to wait until people do something illegal or get hit by a train, in the case of the guy downtown that we had mentioned before, to get the help that they need, right? So the guy downtown was always just going crazy and was a character down there, screaming all kinds of stuff.
Love the
at
F
people.
word for gays.
Yeah, he was very fond of that. And then he gets hit by a train right in front of Courtney and I, and he goes to the hospital, and they get him on some medication, and then he's like normal.
Knock the crazy out of him.
You have
He had
to.
shoes on.
He had to get hit by a train to get the help he needed. And it turns out there was some Supreme Court cases that happened right around the time the asylum started to get wiped out that said you can't forcibly put somebody behind any kind of bars, or in this case, in a facility where they would treat their mental health, unless they're posing a danger to somebody else or have committed a crime. So it set up the law because of these Supreme Court decisions that we can't just go out and find somebody in the middle of a mental collapse and take that person and bring them to a facility and get them help. And that's one of the things that leads to all of this stuff. There was far less homelessness back in that time. And though the situation with asylums and stuff wasn't perfect, maybe it was better than this. Speaking of better than this, we could be spending our time today doing something totally different, going to a massive psychedelics conference.
Now
in
we're
Denver.
talking.
That's how big this stuff has gotten. Like mushrooms in the the legality of that.
In Colorado, it's legalized, right?
Have they legalized it?
Thought so.
So they have this huge psychedelic conference, the largest in history. It's in downtown Denver. 10,000 people are going to be going to this thing.
Freaking out, dude.
That would be such good people watching at that thing.
I think so.
Oh my God.
I met someone over the weekend whose dad is now a sales rep for one of the recreational mushroom dispensaries.
Really, it's wild that they have companies like that now.
I'd rather that where it's someone looked over and government thumbs up and you know what you're taking.
Yeah, rather than people just taking stuff off the streets that God knows where it came
Or
from.
it comes in foil.
I've heard a lot of people talking about the benefits of
I'm fine with mushrooms and
microdosing and doing
I like
the
when you put it in
microdosing thing.
chocolates.
They've been really pushing that for a lot of different problems over the last 5 years or so, I think.
It helps people quit cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's helped people with PTSD.
Yeah, and when you do that, by the way, you're not like, whoa, I'm tripping.
No.
Microdosing is like taking very tiny quantities
Yes.
of this stuff.
But then I have heard of people who are like, I'm going to do the biggest trip possible for the next 8 hours. And then when I come out of it, I don't want a cigarette anymore.
It was a wild ride.
Would you guys think you would notice if I started to microdose on the air?
Probably not microdose. But if you were tripping out, we would notice.
Depends on
Yeah,
what you
because
think.
I'd be turned around. You just see the back of me.
Just in the middle of a
Sabrina,
segment.
why are you completely flat on the floor right now?
Sabrina kicks on the guitar amp in the middle of a segment, just starts
But also
soloing.
the greatest riff, like Jimi Hendrix Ghost got into my body.
Smoke coming off the guitar.
It also depends on what you think a microdose is, because I have a friend who enjoys mushrooms from time to time, and they would say, I'm just going to do a little microdose, and I would watch this microdose happen.
4 caps.
And I would go, ma'am, That is a dose. I don't know. Well, I don't know if that's a microdose.
Almost macro.
What do you think a regular portion of mushrooms is?
That was like Olivia going feral.
Yeah, this is what people want to do at this conference, I guess.
Go to the podcast if you have no idea what I'm talking about.
The expo is hosted by the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, or MAPS, and the guests include New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. All right. He's going to be there. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry, musical artist Melissa Etheridge.
All right.
Co-founder of Whole Foods John Mackey.
Huh.
And
Wait,
National
John Mackey, isn't that
Institute of Mental Health Director Joshua Gordon.
Isn't that the same name of the McAfee guy?
No, it's
that
John
guy's
McAfee.
name is McAfee.
Yeah.
Oh.
John
My
Mackey
bad.
is the Whole Foods dude. And they're going to talk about all the benefits of magic mushrooms and other hallucinogenics. They say it's a 5-day event, includes dozens of panels pondering everything from the possibilities of psychedelics on mental health to new business opportunities, greater community impacts, and how these substances fit into religion. So if you want to get deep on acid or mushrooms, that's where you go right now.
No, just mushrooms. Or is it acid too? I'm sorry
It's
if I missed that.
psychedelics. So whatever would
Yeah,
fit
but the
under
only
that banner.
legal ones are the mushrooms.
Yeah, those are the only ones you can actually take right now. All right, let's check in with a couple of people here, including this one. Here's a dispatch from Grounds Guys.
Hey, Sean, during your conversation about homeless and the percentages of who, where, and what on the street versus being housed, you mentioned that in New York, only 5% are actually on the street, which leads me to believe that the homeless in New York are smarter than a lot of people because, one, New York is a fun place to visit, been there, and two, someone
Cool.
else is paying their rent. So, as the way things are getting more and more expensive, don't be surprised if more and more people become homeless in New York.
I don't think people are doing this by choice, if you're insinuating that. I don't think there's a lot of people. Well, there are people who are homeless by choice, but I don't think average, everyday Americans are like, rent is so high.
Let me go live on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and live in the sun and not have any air conditioning in my life, and I'm not going to have 3 square meals a day or whatever. Is it 4 square meals? What do they say the square thing? 3?
I don't know.
Yeah.
3 meals a day, whatever. You get the point. Nobody's doing that. It's just this is a situation for people who are in a different headspace. Here's Twink Lettitz with the dispatch.
Hello there, it's Twink Lettitz, not Twink. But anyway, I think maybe Hobo Island is where Sean's beanbags may have ended up.
I hope.
All right, thank you. Twink Lettitz out.
Look, if they can benefit from that, I think they should have it. I think that's fantastic. One more. Here's Guitar Slinger.
Well, concerning the Hobo Island apartment complex, considering what rentals are going for in that area, it's actually not a bad alternative.
Maybe some people are willing to do this. Well, I could be wrong on that. We got more people chiming in on the Hobo Island. We'll see what you think about that. And we got more information about Ocean Gate and this submersible that has been lost looking for the Titanic out there. Some interesting details rolling in. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 104.1 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's a very serious crash right now in Lake County. Multiple emergency vehicles are on the scene. Florida Turnpike southbound. Now, this is right around exit 278, the North Hancock Road exit, but around this area, there are both directions, north and southbound. The left lanes are closed due to the emergency vehicles, so traffic is backed up to about mile marker 280, and the other direction back down to almost State Road 50. So try to avoid this area if possible. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Pat Largo.
This report is sponsored by Petco Love Mega Adopt Florida.
Petco Love Florida Mega Pet Adoption Event is June 23rd through 25th. Join shelters and rescues across Florida to adopt 5,000 pets from one of the participating shelters or events across Florida. Get info at megaadoptflorida.com.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Get your tickets now
at AXS.com
for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Coming back to Las Vegas.
2 nights.
September 22nd and 23rd.
1 stage.
At T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
This
is the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival now.
Before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
That's AXS.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
It's a fact. When it comes to your health care, early detection saves lives. No question about it. And when it comes to your long-term health care, you want the most information possible for sure. That's where Life Imaging FLA comes in. With Life Imaging FLA, there's no guessing game, just hard data in real time so you can create a healthcare plan that's proactive, not reactive. With my full body scan from Life Imaging FLA, I now know that I have small cysts on my kidneys, the beginnings of diverticulitis, and a moderately swollen prostate gland. That allows me to form a healthcare plan with my primary care physician to attack these issues head on. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA now for your free heart scan. With just a few minimum requirements, that's a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Don't wait another minute to make that very important appointment today. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
These days, there are plenty of things to worry about, but keeping pests out of your home shouldn't be one of them. That's why you need Massey Services. Massey eliminates pests before they get inside. They start by carefully inspecting the inside and outside of your home and then focus customized treatments on the outside. Best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
When you go to GiveMeTheVIN.com, we treat you like a customer, not a number. We pay the most, we pay fast, and we take care of you because you're our customer. And that's why our reviews are awesome.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
There's something about a Florida sky. It's painted in the most magnificent colors, clouds streaked with changing light. They say if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes. The skies are electric and alive. So even as the storms get enormous, even as they're coming more each year, the beauty keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay. The only thing that's predictable is that I'm in Florida for good.
Protect your property with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Ashley Gavin on June 23rd and 24th.
And then what does it say? It says, sorry, try again later.
Tickets and showtimes at theimprovorlando.com. Come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers and waitstaff, food runners and dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Call 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Your spark is all you need. And let's be real, you don't have time for smoke and mirrors anyway. So ditch all the pretentiousness and the lighter it rode in on with Blue. Blue e-cigs are available in a variety of satisfying flavors and nicotine strengths. Even better, it's odorless. When you're living unlit, you're comfortable being your true you. And no one will mistake ashtray for your signature scent. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fondom Holding 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fondom US LLC.
Welcome to The Good Stuff. I'm Jacob Schick, a third-generation combat Marine.
And I'm his co-host and wife, Ashley Schick. We believe everyone has a story to tell. Not only about the peaks, but the valleys they've been through to get them to where they are today. We're joined by some amazing guests who share the lessons they've learned that shaped who they are and what they're doing to pay it forward and give back.
Listen to The Good Stuff on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
On this Titanic sub situation, much like we look back on Balloon Boy or any other major story that transfixes the country, or the China spy balloons.
Oh, those were big?
We were focused on those for a little while. You always remember the moment when you figured out what was actually going on, and I think this might be that moment. I think this right here might be that moment.
Why is that?
Because there's a company called Pelagic Services, and they're in charge of the search and rescue support for this whole submersible Titan thing.
I think there was like a bunch of companies, though.
Yeah, but this is the one that was directly made responsible from the Ocean Gate company.
Oh, okay.
And they put a message on their website, and here's what it says. It says, PRS Search and Rescue Support for the Submersible Titan. Pelagic Research Services was contacted by Ocean Gate Expeditions to provide critical support in the rescue operation of the submersible Titan in the North Atlantic. All questions and inquiries could be directed to Ocean Gate and the U.S. Coast Guard for current information and updates. Our sincere thoughts, hopes, and prayers are with all the families, friends, and rescue personnel of those affected by this tragedy, right? So, obviously, that's one thing. Guess what they had on their website before they took it down?
What?
This message where it says, PRS wants to express our full gratitude for the incredible coordinated rescue response of everybody involved in the search and rescue mission. Our focus right now is on the families of those on the Titan and their tragic loss. Which would imply that the debris would suggest that these folks were no longer with us.
Could that
But then remember the guy we talked to earlier was like, they needed to see if there was a buildup of something, that this could be old debris.
Yeah, they had to check it out because he said, and I didn't even know it at the time, he said that the debris that they found wasn't found on the surface. It was found by these little things that they can swim around in the water.
Yeah.
ROVs or
Wait,
whatever.
you thought the debris was on the surface?
I thought the debris might have been found at the surface
Calls himself the
of the water because...
Get ready for the email, Alan.
I didn't know that they had those ROVs already down to the depth of the Titanic and that they were exploring around down there, but they have been doing that. So this is the moment, I think, where you're like, oof, if they put tragic loss,
I mean, that and or they could have just been preparing that statement. I mean,
maybe,
you know, for the inevitable.
We're going to watch this. More and more people are.
Maybe their IT team or their web guy works like 4 days a week,
wants
and
to get it
they're
ready.
just like, you know, let's have you draft this up. Don't put it live yet.
Yeah, it got a lot of attention this week for sure, and it's been interesting to watch. A meteorologist has resigned from his job, and his name is Chris Gloniger, and he says he has PTSD, this meteorologist does, because of threats that he received over his climate change coverage.
Okay.
And that has led him to resign and to get away from the industry, all because people were being mean to him on emails. They said Iowa meteorologist Chris Gloniger got an email notification last June, and it read this: "Getting sick and tired of your liberal conspiracy on the weather. And what's your address?" Another asked a few days later. "We conservative Iowans would like to give you an Iowan welcome you will never forget." The emails arrived relentlessly in his inbox for another month. The sender accused the award-winning meteorologist, who spoke frequently about the effects of climate change, of being a conspiracy theorist and a worthless Biden puppet. He was so affected by this, he said, "Sayonara, I am out of here. I'm changing careers. And I am leaving. I have PTSD from the emails."
Speaking of Biden stuff, I don't know if you guys saw this. I saw an ad today, this morning, as I was like doing my morning scrolling, looking through stuff. And there's a guy running for president right now who wants to fully self-fund his campaign.
All right, it's a very unusual thing.
Very expensive too. But he says that according to election rules or something, he has to get 40,000 small contributors.
Oh, so he has to get, like, people to give him a penny or something?
What he's doing is he's selling for, I think, $1 a piece, hats. And the hats say, "I identify as non-Bidenary."
Oh, God.
Got him.
That's what he came up with?
Yeah, he's like, have your friends been accusing you? They think you're a Biden supporter? Get my hat that shows them you identify as non-binary.
Oh, God, we need some good candidates, please.
No.
Just
come
somebody,
on.
one
I'm
politician.
excited for the new season of this S show.
One politician that could be an adult and that would actually say, hey, I've got some ideas. I got some solutions to some problems out there. Nobody like that gets taken seriously. And one of the reasons why is because if there was a sane politician out there, the media would completely and totally ignore them. Be like, this guy's not entertaining. What are you doing? He's trying to solve problems. We don't want that.
And if the media didn't ignore him, the trolls would find something to either make up or continue
Cancel
to
him?
like blow out of proportion.
Yeah, there's always, it's so annoying.
I think AI should be the next president.
That would be better than some of the options that I'm seeing so far.
You see what they did with the Marvel stuff?
Yeah, they
Come
did
on.
the intro for that, but people were pissed about that too. Here's something for you real quick, and we'll get to some of your dispatches in a moment. You could send yours at thenewsjunkie.com. An Iowa town made a little bit of a mistake on their water tower.
An oopsie?
Yeah, you can see the water tower here, and what's it say on it?
Start.
Start. It says start.
It looks, the T looks a little...
Yeah, this is the town of Stuart, Iowa. And
Oh, my God.
how this happens, just beyond me, how you mess this up. And I think they might leave it. The people in the town of Stuart,
I
Iowa.
just love that as they start to make the A, they're like, whoa, all right, let's just keep doing it.
Yeah, keep going. We got this. They said they're proud their town is growing, but not so proud of the town's new water tower. City leaders said they're expecting nearly 150 new homes, so they needed a bigger water supply.
Okay.
However, people noticed a misspelling on one side. They got it right on one side. The other side, they left out the letter U, and they put start instead of
about-
Stewart's.
Start here in Stewart.
Right, they need to go all the way around. Is what they need
Subline
to
it.
It looks to me like
Start drinking, Stewart.
Like they looks like they already did, but it looks like they are trying to apply that in panels, and they skipped a panel.
Yeah.
Because the T, the first T in start is not a full T.
No, it's missing the side of it.
It's missing the right side. So that part plus the U would have been one panel, and then they just start with the A.
Yeah, they left that one out, and now they just have start on one side. They said a lot of people saw it from the interstate and started to complain about it. That's Mayor Dick Cook. Other people seem to be taking the error in stride. It's hilarious. I mean, a lot of people were posting this. They didn't know how to spell the town of Stuart.
They fixed it.
They did. Oh, the water tower is now fixed, but we could have had some fun with that.
We had
one.
that moment. What was it?
It
They
was
call
something on
Altamont?
yeah, something on the interstate.
So I remember Josh Pinkman had taken a picture of it, and then the news, some
They stole
outlet
it.
stole it and like put their own watermark on it.
Yeah, they were just taking that damn thing. All right, a quick break, and then we hear from you. I know you got thoughts. I know you got things on your mind. Whatever they are, go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now.
I think his was Princeton instead of Princeton.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what it
right.
was. Yeah, I don't know how they messed that up. I've seen school spelled wrong, like in school crossing things that they spray painted on the ground.
Stool.
You go, how do you do this?
Or school. That's what it is. School.
It was SHCOOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how they misspelled it. All right, when we come back, we're going to do the final dispatches, plus the stories that didn't make the cut, and Today I Learned.
Oh, wow.
Yay!
To wrap up everything
Changing
for
it
a
up.
Thursday. It's going to be a wild ending. So ride the roller coaster with us as we bring things to a close. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram because why wouldn't we be? You know what? Don't answer that. At Real Radio 1041, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, Jamie King with you now in the Fox 35 Storm Center Central Florida weather forecast update. As we approach midday, look for low 90s. The heat is on. Real steamy tropical air on top today. And after about 2 p.m., rain chances rising to about 60%. Scattered showers and storms, heavy rain and cloud the ground lightning will be the main threats today. Low 70s tonight, rain chance up through midnight at 50% with a low down to about 73. Have a good day. Stay weather aware. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza.
When pizza's this good, there's no such thing as leftovers. Well, unless you order extras for leftovers. Order today at Marcos.com and load up on favorites like the Pepperoni Magnifico. Marcos. Pizza lovers get it.
Did you miss the open enrollment for health insurance? Did you enroll into a high-deductible limited network marketplace plan? It's not too late. You can still change your plan at any time. The folks at USABG's Freedom of Choice plan are available now. This plan puts most of your coverage up front, where you only meet a deductible if you go into a hospital. You pick your doctors, and it's 30 to 60% lower than Obamacare. With USABG's Freedom of Choice plan, the monthly premiums are not tied to your income, so there are no surprises at tax time. If you pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employment coverage is just too expensive. Call USABG today at 321-380-4540. That's 321-380-4540. Or go to usabgflorida.com. That's usabgflorida.com. USABG's Freedom of Choice plan. They can customize a plan managed by you, not the government.
Hardworking Americans like you and me are sick and tired of this brutal stock market. Take ownership of your financial future. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com. Their team of experts buys world-renowned hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt and maximizes profitability for an investable REIT that's open to everyone. Visit Phoenix American Hospitality at PAHinvest.com to see their incredible track record of double-digit returns in the most volatile of times. Past performance is no guarantee of future results.
Want to improve your marksmanship while saving ammo and saving money? Get better faster with the Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
It's time to shoot tighter groups.
The Mantis X Dry Fire Training System.
Score 97, bang on the money.
The Mantis X is a smart sensor that fits any weapon with a rail or adapter, pairing to your smartphone or tablet. Analyzes your shooting and tells you how to improve.
Mantis.
94% of shooters improve after just 20 minutes.
X.
Go to MantisX.com.
MantisX.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%, so we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
We hear you, Orlando, loud and clear. You are growing, people are thriving, and business is booming. Ocean Bank has been helping businesses grow for over 40 years. And now, we are here to bring you even more possibilities with our new branch right in the heart of the city. The power of Ocean has come to Orlando. Visit us at our new branch in downtown or go online to oceanbank.com to learn more. Ocean Bank, member FDIC.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa! Hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot lot more help at checkout.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free, anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Real Radio 104.1.
Dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. And congratulations to this place. This is pretty wild, actually. I saw that a restaurant in the state of Florida got named the best restaurant in the country.
All right.
Not only
by whom
is this restaurant named the best in the country, and is it in the state of Florida, but it's in Orlando.
Say what?
As well.
Who?
It says the report analyzed, according to Discover, like the credit card company, the report analyzed data from the Michelin Guide, the Forbes Travel Guide, and the American Automobile Association, a.k.a. AAA.
And the Travel Council.
Their Diamond Awards, to identify 10 award-winning U.S. restaurants with the highest customer rating. Number one was in Orlando. It's called Victoria and Albert's, which
Yay.
a lot of people have
That
heard
was
of
me
it.
trying to drum roll on my desk.
It's at
I
the
need a
theme
drum,
park.
by the way. Add that to the list, Austin.
I think it's on Disney property, Victoria and Albert's. I've seen inside before, but I've never been there, and I actually would love
And
to
it's
go
the number
there.
one restaurant in the country.
Yeah, it's number
So
one.
we will never get a reservation.
And what's funny about this, it is tough, I think, to get reservations. But what's funny about this is it's at the Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. And if you go to Victoria and Albert's, it's 4.8 out of 5 stars, so you're going to get a good experience. But they try to drop this like it's impressive or something. It says, a meal at the restaurant costs more than $60 per adult. For a Michelin-starred restaurant, that is not expensive at all.
Okay, you are rich.
That's not $60 for a fancy restaurant is not expensive at all. We were looking at something yesterday.
What are they considering? That is 3-course?
It just says a meal at the restaurant.
No drinks?
It doesn't say whether it
That's definitely
it has
no
a drink.
drinks.
It probably doesn't, but $60 is not bad if you compare it to like Alinea, or if you compare it to like the French Laundry. If you compare it to the,
Literally have no idea what you're talking about.
you never heard of the French Laundry?
It's
the place in
Have you heard of
California.
Tijuana Flats?
I have. $60 goes a long way there. It could stretch that out quite a bit.
Especially Fridays and Saturdays.
Look up the menu for the French Laundry, C-Lane.
I'm at
He's not going to do it.
oh my
I'll
God!
look it up. I have a computer too, Sean. If you ever want to ask me to look things
I'll look
up,
it up.
I'm at
no problem. I'll
allears.net.
just sit here and twiddle my thumbs.
At allears.net, they're talking about the dining room at Victoria and Albert's.
Yeah.
7-course tasting menu, the prefix menu, begins at $295 a guest.
All right.
Wine pairings are additional and begin at $150 or $110 for zero. $110 for zero-proof wine pairings?
Wait, it's not even.
Screw you!
Not even
How is-
alcoholic wine?
Yes.
Oh,
How
that's
is that
stupid.
considered wine?
Yeah, that's dumb. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, stupid.
Pricing does not include tax and gratuity. Menu can change daily.
The French Laundry is $350 per person.
Also, I'm looking at the list of, their menu rather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even seeing prices.
No, they don't do that at some of these places.
I'm sorry. Is there's something in parentheses here? Mac and cheese,
Oh, is there mac and cheese at the French
and it
Laundry?
says supplement $155.
Oh my
Does
God.
that make sense to you?
If there's a $155 mac and cheese, that is
To-go
pricey.
box, please.
It's the most expensive mac and cheese ever.
Are you talking about French Laundry or Victoria and Albert's?
French Laundry.
Yeah, that's a fancy place. But this Victoria and Albert's, if it was $60 per person, that would be a deal.
Who's the guy from French Laundry? Because we tried to go to one of his places in New York.
Herbert Keller or something?
Gordon Ramsay.
I think.
Yeah. The place we tried to go to, the name is escaping me, but it was really expensive. But it was that same weekend that we were there.
Thomas Keller.
Thomas Keller. And we tried to go to his place. We were there during the marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the tables, even the bar seats, were gobbled up.
Yeah, I'd love to go to a place like that, but I don't even know if I have the clothes for it right now, honestly.
Just throw a blazer on or something.
Also, Cindy Wolf's Charleston in Baltimore, Maryland made the list at number 2.
Per se, that's the one in New York.
Per se in New York made the list at number 4. La Bernardine, which is a very famous place in New York, made the list. Daniel, which is another very famous spot in New York. And Alinea in Chicago that I just mentioned was number 9.
This seems
all of them
like
expensive.
This seems like a list of the most expensive restaurants in the country.
Yeah,
And Discover is going to talk about them because everyone used their credit
yeah,
card.
that's true. They want you to go use those.
And for the price that they mentioned, like, we looked at the ratings and the customer service. For the price you're paying, the customer service better damn well be good.
Yeah, we went to when we went to the restaurant in Vegas that was so expensive, and it was a famed chef, Guy Savoy's restaurant. And when we went there, well, I was like kind of intimidated by it, and the whole thing cost like $500 or $600 or something. But when we left, you know how some places when you leave they give you like a little dinner mint or something, or maybe like a chocolate. They gave us like a slice of cake, like an entire slice of cake.
I would hope so. After $600 for dinner,
they had a bread cart at this place. They brought a bread cart by with all the breads in the world, and they said, "What kind of bread do you want for the bread cart?" And
Jesus
I said,
Christ, both of you sound ridiculous right now.
I want this. And we were having a bowl of $70 soup. And Courtney goes,
$70 soup?
It's his famous soup at that restaurant. It's the black truffle soup from Guy Savoy's place. And Courtney goes, can we dunk the bread in the soup? And the guy's like, you can do whatever you want.
Of course. But please give us a credit card first.
Keep that bread card over here. I'm having a good time with that.
I'm going to talk about you on my radio show.
Final dispatches. Let's get to them here. Here is Maynard, and they're talking about Chris Ruth. Chris? One of the
You've
two.
never heard of Ruth?
I mean, I know the place.
It's the restaurant.
Yeah, I know what it is, but he wrote Chris Ruth.
Oh.
Hello?
Hit it.
Yeah.
Hit it, DJ.
Hello? Oh, hang on.
All right.
Hang on. I got it here. Everything's under control, folks.
Mm-hmm. And
forget, guys. Chris Ruth is $100 to $150 a person. So, I mean, that's not even Michelin star.
Okay.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's a nice steakhouse. Ruth's Chris's Steakhouse, which is always very hard to say. And it's because a lady named Ruth, who was a badass business person, bought out Chris's Steakhouse and then just called it Ruth's Chris's Steakhouse. And then I think they changed it at some point.
And that, as they say, is history.
Right. Yeah. Made a lot of money. That place does real well.
Sure.
And when we go to, it doesn't have to be expensive to be good, by the way, because we went back to
McDonald's.
Not McDonald's. I like McDonald's. I'm not going to hate on McDonald's. We went back to, what's the damn steak? Linda's La Cantina the other day.
Oh, and you got the spaghetti.
No, I got bullied.
You got a steak?
Because I got bullied by everybody. I got the steak this time, and I wish I would have got the spaghetti.
Who's everybody?
Just everybody has bullied me about getting spaghetti at this place because it's a steakhouse.
Celine, you went to Linda's too?
No.
I was not there?
Josh was there, but we didn't know each other was there. And I sent him a message, and I was like, look, I got the steak.
Celine and I did the same thing.
And I went over and said hello. I was like, yeah, all right. Yeah, we didn't know he was there. But anyhow, point is, I go to a place like that.
Steak was great, wasn't it?
It was terrible. I hate steak. I don't know why I'm putting myself through it.
Linda, don't listen to this.
No, hold on.
I love your steak.
Hold on. It was a great steak, but I don't like steak. I'm not a steak guy. I just got to admit
Jeez,
it.
you shouldn't have ordered it then. What are you thinking?
Yeah,
Because I was bullied into it. Because I can't have the pasta without getting a bunch of
What
crap
steak
about
did you
it.
get?
One of the big ones. It was too big.
Exactly. Yep.
They sent this
fillet.
a T-bone? Yeah, I think it was a T-bone maybe. Or prime rib. Prime rib?
It's like
I ordered a
You've
good
never-
steak. I don't like them. I don't have to eat
we're
them
all
anymore.
going together. We're gonna bring the podcast microphones. We'll do
A
it.
steak podcast?
Yeah, and then and we're gonna teach you how to eat steak
Once
like
the
a big
food
boy.
gets there, be prepared for not a lot of talking.
The one thing that I notice about that place is you look at the menu and you go, you're not even charging enough for this stuff. I look at the menu there and I'm like, this is a good deal
It's a
right
great
here.
deal.
It's like the opposite of some of these places we've been
Good
talking
people.
about. There's a new tropical depression that is formed off the coast.
Keep talking steaks, man.
As South Florida is facing more storms, we're going to see what happens this weekend with both of these forming. We got Tropical Storm Brett that is close to hurricane strength. It's expected to weaken and dissipate by this weekend over the central Caribbean. Tropical Depression 4 is likely to become Tropical Storm Cindy, and they think that may go out to sea as well. There you have it. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut today. A lot of them about this situation with Ocean Gate and the submarine and what looks to have been the death of the people who were on board, though that's not confirmed yet. That's probably coming up at 3 o'clock at this press conference. I don't know what they're going to say, but I think that might be, they might say the wreckage was of this submersible. Maybe they say they found him alive. Who knows? But you'll probably figure out if you just keep it right here. In 2023, the missing passengers paid $250,000 to go on this ride, but they said they saw some of the ship put together with zip ties in particular areas.
Oh, my God.
That's not great. But you heard the guy we talked to earlier, the expert, said he wasn't super concerned about that stuff. Like, he wasn't concerned about the remote control or any of those other aspects. He was concerned about what did he call it?
The compound material.
Yeah, because instead of using
composite material,
instead of using like pure materials, they used like composite materials, which
like
he thought would make it weaker.
Like their drawers.
No, not bad, but close. I guess that would be good composite material,
more or
actually.
less. Yes.
Like you look really cool and strong when you break it, but it would take nothing to break it.
Yeah, and you don't want that when you're underwater 2.5 miles deep. Television veteran Geraldo Rivera says he's quitting Fox News' political combat show, The Five.
Oh, no.
Growing tension there that goes beyond editorial differences made it no longer worth it to him. Did you know Geraldo is 80 years old?
You sure about that?
That dude is 80 years old, still
That
on
sounds about
television and doing his thing. And finally, this is handy dandy. You know when you play Monopoly, every once in a while you get a bank error in your favor?
Uh-huh.
You don't generally get those in real life. You don't get a real life bank error.
Somebody did.
The Pentagon got one here.
Oh,
nice.
It says the
Congrats.
Pentagon said,
you deserve it, Pentagon.
They said Tuesday that they had an accounting error that provided an extra $6.2 billion for Ukraine military aid.
You sure about that?
Just a little accounting error. A little accounting error, excuse me. They said the Pentagon said Tuesday it overestimated the value of the weapons it sent to Ukraine by $6.2 billion over the past 2 years, about double early estimates, resulting in a surplus that they're going to put back into investments into American infrastructure. No kidding. They're going to send it to Ukraine. They're going to keep sending the money over there. They said there was an error of $3.6 billion in the current year and $2.6 billion in 2022 in the fiscal year there. All right, let's get the hell out of the way. Let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Oh, it says CNN confirms OceanGate has released a statement saying they now believe that the CEO, his son, Hamasharding, Paul Henry Nergalat, and everybody else who was on this thing have been lost.
Lost. Oh, so they're not even going to keep looking?
Yeah, no, I don't know. They might still keep looking, but they believe they're dead, is what they're saying in several different statements that just came out right now. OceanGate says Titanic subcrew have sadly been lost. So there you go. Oh, that makes this awkward. Today I learned this ship.
The Titanic.
The Titanic is
right. Dawn.
As the Titanic
skipped it.
Departed on its maiden voyage, she almost had a collision with the SS New York, who broke free of her moorings and swung toward the Titanic. The quick actions of a nearby tugboat saved the day and allowed the liner's maiden journey to continue with just a small delay. Alternate view of history: if that ship would have hit them,
tugboat ruined everything.
The tugboat would have killed. The tugboat killed all these people. You could look at things different ways, I guess. Today I learned Louis Vuitton once released a range of fitness gear, and their fitness gear range included a $2,650 pair of dumbbells, a $600 skipping rope, quite pricey, a $2,650 volleyball, and a $2,210 ping pong set. They were selling some pretty expensive stuff over there, as you might expect.
Speaking of skipping, tomorrow we're doing the skipping challenge.
The skipping challenge, what's that?
Don't even research it. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Does it involve physically skipping? Because I'm going to be bad at this.
We will see. I will explain it then.
Okay.
Don't even Google it.
I'm not looking at anything.
It's for the radio show. It's for the radio show.
He's going to check anyway.
Google it.
Of course he is.
Today, Melissa McCarthy, based her Bridesmaids character on the Food Network's Guy Fieri. She even tried to convince the producers to let her wear short, white, spiky hair, but they denied the request. They said that was a bridge too far for the similarities. Her character in Bridesmaids is hilarious, by the way.
Best.
That movie's
Remember when
funny.
she took all the puppies?
Yes. There was a bunch of scenes in that movie that always make me actually laugh out loud, which is kind of a rarity.
And also cringe.
Oh, yeah. There's some uncomfortable
The
ones.
speeches.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo quiero biblioteca.
Today I learned while filming The Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger went to an LA restaurant in the battle-damaged Terminator makeup. He asked for a table in character, and since nobody knew who the Terminator was
in
yet,
character, it's Arnold.
the host and everybody in the restaurant started freaking out, screaming, and quickly left.
It's me. It's Arnold.
And finally, today I learned this, bam.
Reluctantly crouched
Cake.
at the start.
That's right, Cake indeed. Cake's newest album was recorded in a solar-powered studio that the band built themselves. I'm sure they pat themselves on the back very, very
Super
heartily
green.
for how green they were on this. There's some perverts in the band, but
what?
You know, they're super green. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. In West Palm Beach, you got the Rover coming up next. I always forget that. In Orlando, it's our friends on the Jim Colbert Show. It's all on the way, and it's all right here on Real Radio.